Teach them. Always make sure the message I reach them.
What we do here is go back.
Teach them the number one elect blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you are hearing me. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 213. I trust that everybody has had a wonderful and productive week. For all the persons who are still at work, I trust that the shift will end very soon. For the persons who are on their way home from work, I trust that you will get home safely. And for the people in the home, ready to listen to teach about some things we have to jam down, jam rock, Jamaica land we love. Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vybz Kartel, Buju Banton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, Portia Simpson, some more people. Bob. And I mean, peeps, big up on yourself. We're there. Tonight we come for bake it, peeps. We soon circle.
Kaboom! Teach them. Always make sure the message I reach them. Teach them the number select blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey yo, hello, like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey yo, hello, message and make it reach them. It's teach them right here. Warlord representing.
Peeps, night again. First and foremost, let me apologize for being very late. You know these things sometimes. You understand? If I know one thing or the next, and then we're tired too. You understand me? I say, but we're there now. We're there, yeah, mama and papa. Big up on yourself, peeps. Norris, man. Big up yourself in a general. Anyway, you're there, G-Wiz likewise. Best Center likewise. All of the artists in the building, big up on yourself in there for the debut. You know what I think of peeps. I could get up and running now because you don't know a thing go Zane. Night come. You understand? So I could start bake it. You have to take bad things but joking. Big up to the people who are there for the first time. Who open to enjoy on yourself, who open to enjoy the stream, who open to find it edifying, entertaining. You understand? Enough to subscribe to the channel. We're there. One of the things that has been afflicting us in recent time, peeps, is the outbreak of the dengue virus. Yeah? And information has surfaced that says Jamaica is among 11 countries where dengue deaths have exceeded projections. You understand? Comes. What's up, Empress? How are you? See? Peeps, it has said Jamaica is one of 11 countries around the world where the projection for deaths related to the dengue virus has surpassed the projected figures. So Jamaica's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa Mackenzie, says Jamaica is among 11 countries. People, share the stream for me now. It's among 11 countries. Let me share it myself because You know, sometimes in order for things do good, you have to do it. Yes, I did for do this long time, but you know what I think of. Boom. Share it across this, so. You understand? You know, upon Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp and the whole I place them. You understand? Well, on the peeps. As me want my phone, something come in and then we can do it again. So, the figures, they exceed the Pan American Health Organization projected numbers of dengue deaths for 2019. Let me see if I can get this as a boom. So that might forget. Boom. They got them, sir. Fire for your boy when Alright. So she says that since 2019, the region has yielded its largest number of dengue cases since 1980. Them time them in a barnet, you know. She was addressing the media recently at a dengue outbreak briefing in New Kingston. So, Dr. Mackenzie says what is happening in Jamaica is a reflection of what is happening with the vector-borne virus globally. And that is not all she says. As since declaring an outbreak in January, when the number of dengue cases peaked, there was a gradual decline until about May, when it dipped below the epidemic threshold. You see, I don't know, I want the pronunciation. But Dr. Mackenzie says, as expected, during the rainy season in June, the numbers started increasing because you know that the Aedes aegypti mosquito would have laid eggs in places. Just a wait for local water sprinkle upon them for them hatch. You understand? She says since January 2018 up to November 21st this year, there have been 63 dengue-related deaths, mainly in the 14 and under age group. So the chief medical officer says there has been a small decline since October, but she contends they are still facing a number of deaths that they are very concerned about. She says in most cases, deaths occurred within 24 hours after persons visited emergency rooms and often results when patients' symptoms are delayed. She added that the best option are prevention and early detection. So meanwhile, the chief medical officer at the Children's Bustamante Hospital, the Bustamante Children's Hospital, Dr. Michelle Ann Richards Dawson says the facility accident and emergency unit has since seen an estimated 9,000 cases in a single month this year. You hear that piece? Before I go any further, Father Peyton place, big up yourself and the family. You know, I appreciate that something there. Manners are respect every time, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. See, you can promote an item in chat by pinning it to the top of your feed. Here's what it look like. Oh, I see, says the blind man. You understand? So I go and pin it. One on the peeps and so I can pin it. So I go pin it. You understand? Then if you get close to pinning up, pin it, sir. See? It a pin. So probably not soon see it pin up there. It look like a pin. Tell me if you want to see a pin. You see? So it's a leggings for the ladies them. You know, ladies with the thick thighs. Thick thighs, yeah, man. Man, you don't know what me I talk about. You understand? Yeah, man. So up by Children's, they are saying that they would have recorded some 9,000 cases in a single month this year. She says despite being proactive with their dengue awareness program, the past 15 months have left staff, parents and children weary. In the meantime, Dr. Richards Dawson is appealing for blood donations to help the dengue fight. So, 9,000 cases in a month, that's rough. So bad is the situation that there's a shortage of blood in trying to contend with the outbreak and spread of the disease. Many children have died among the 63 persons. So, as I normally say, we also have to do what we can to help protect ourselves and our family by ensuring that our immediate surroundings are free of mosquito breeding site. I would have seen an article throughout the week, I don't know why I never scripted, where the health minister is contending that there have been over 10,000 notifications or alerts in relation to persons being cautioned for prosecution because they have mosquito breeding sites in and around their immediate surroundings. So I think I'll probably find that and share that on Sunday. But I'm going to give you some statistics as it relates to the dengue outbreak now. So the National Surveillance Unit has recorded 63 suspected and confirmed dengue-related deaths since the 1st of January 2018 to, the 1st of January 2019 to November 21st. So 22 were confirmed by PCR testing, while 41 were classified as suspected based on clinical symptoms. Of the 63 cases, 17 persons died in 2018 and 46 cases were recorded in 2019. So it was correct first time. So the unit also informed that there have been a total of 13,523 notifications for dengue. So those would have been suspected or presumed or confirmed cases. Of the amount, 2,233 were reported in 2018, and listen to this now, since the start of the year, 11,290 has been reported since the start of 2019, showing approximately a 500% increase. That's a lot of increase in the peeps. You know what I mean? And things. So it's that way. The data also indicated that of the 13,523 notifications for the period, some 7,000, approximately almost 50%, just over 50%, some 7,856 cases with dates of onset in the period under review have been classified as suspected, presumed or confirmed cases of dengue. See? And it continues to say some things. It says children and the elderly are at high risk, whose symptoms vary by age, and the symptoms include fever and chills, sore throat, muscle aches, fatigue, cough, headache, and runny or stuffy nose. And the flu can also worsen chronic medical conditions such as heart and lung diseases. Peeps, that's something that's serious. You understand what I say? That's something I say. Teach. You're a young youth. But in about 1980. 1980, me about 1980, my mother and my father don't know them one another. Yes, they probably didn't know them one another. But the thing never link up yet. The link they make. You understand? So you understand? Ah, boy. See? So peeps, see the tag thing the up so. See? At the merch store, I kind of like the new settings with the stream, you know. You can promote some things. You understand? So, okay. So, anything I click on, I go pin. I'm going to watch a stream on my phone. So, let me see what I go on. Because my VPN is on. You know what on the peeps. I work. I learn a few things, you know. So, I'm going to check some things. Testing 1, 3. When I test 2, what about you? Testing. Yeah, man, see leggings thing up at top there, man. I mean, I see it, man. It says swipe up to dismiss or tap to show. No better don't dismiss that, you know. Is that me I telling you to? Oh, no better tap to show. Ladies, phone thing. You understand? So, I'm going to pin one little tote bag up at top there. We can pin things right through the street. So, peeps, with the dengue thing, you know, as I say, Zane, on a need for be careful. Zane. Stop wearing dark colored clothing like me. Ensure that if you live in one place where it is very hot and you know you have to open your windows, try to mesh your windows. Mesh not expensive. You understand? It's far cheaper than a funeral or a doctor bill. I am sure of it. So mesh your windows. You feel what I say? Ensure that around your house is cleared of items that may catch water and store it in the event of rainfall, where the possibility of mosquito laying inside those water catchment containers or areas around your house is significantly reduced. Yes, the government is responsible for the overall health sector, but we as private and individual citizens are also responsible for immediate surroundings. So we need to treat with care these things, and we need to pay attention to them. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's the thing there. So 63 confirmed deaths so far. That is 63 too many deaths. You understand? So, make see what I go on. And then I know, peeps, one strange story in relation to that dengue something here. You know, normally a part of the fight against the spread of dengue, and in order to try to contain the outbreak, fogging is done, where chemicals are used to try to, I don't know, kill, immobilize, slow down the mosquito. Right now the mosquito them just smoke that. It's not really that effective no more. Like when the mosquito them smell that, them just get some Campari and Guinness and just go and smoke. You understand? Because the more them fog, the more mosquito them come out. There were reports not so long ago that mosquitoes are developing, are evolving in such a way where they are now immune, or getting immune to the chemical or the dominant chemicals that are normally used in the fogging process. So listen to this now, peeps. You know, I need to job back for that series there, and probably in the Christmas when I have some more time, in this Christmas holiday. The Jamaica Torati series. Raining Stones. Injured fogger recounts frightful attack in Trenchtown as crews come under fire in dengue fight. Now listen to this, people. Them are the man them where I try reduce the spread of dengue by fogging the place. You understand? And in order for them fog the place, you know, normally when them come to you, lock your window and them look at things, and you're glad for you chuck out there make nice. Even though you know say mosquito them have a nice time, you know. You know what I think? Johnny said the mosquito them smoke it weed. This is a story of where one such worker, you call them foggers, be careful, would have come under attack. Well, the crew would have come under attack, but this is one man now sharing his story. Even as the government ramps up its war against dengue fever by deploying fogging crews and home inspection teams, vector control field workers have been the casualty of 21 violent attacks in 4 parishes this year. Personnel have also escaped injury in numerous other incidents. Peeps. You have to take bad things with joke. The man them a try help combat the spread of the dengue virus. Ian Roden, blessings. You understand? Good evening, Miss Kimberly Campbell. It's good to see you. Go on, catch up there now. ESP, what go on? And the data is showing that since the start of the year, there have been some 21 violent attacks in 4 parishes. Blessings, Father Miller. And among other attacks, crew members would have escaped injuries. The Central Jamaica Parish of St. Catherine has been the epicenter of the hostilities, with Health Ministry commissioned personnel suffering injuries in 15 cases. There have been 4 attacks in Kingston and St. Andrew, and 1 each in St. Mary and Westmoreland. Opposition has been most aggressive in low-income inner-city communities as streets are transformed into battlegrounds, with stones the choice missile of angry residents. Fogging, the dispensing of toxic chemical solution that kill the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which is the vector that spreads the virus, but which poses no danger to householders, have been a key weapon in the arsenal of the authorities on the front line against dengue, which has caused at least 63 confirmed or suspected deaths since 2019 compared to 17 last year. Most of the cases, the ministry said, involved children below 14 years old. Children and the elderly are the most vulnerable cohorts. Cohorts, groups. So Dwayne Solomon is the latest victim of a stone attack that took place in Trenchtown on Wednesday. Crewmen were conducting a fogging exercise in the South St. Andrew inner city neighborhood when they came under fire as stone throwers took aim. When we're coming up back, we started fogging, and during that exercise, we just saw stones coming through the smoke at us. One hit me on my left arm, and then next two dropped in the vehicle, Solomon told the Gleaner. We knocked the vehicle, indicating to the driver that he needs to drive up a little faster to come out of the vicinity. We don't know if more could come to liquid in our head or anything like that. Peace, we know it's a serious story, but sometimes you have to take in teeth cover heart, but as them say. You understand? Solomon, stung with pain, was forced to seek medical attention for injuries to his hand. He has not been back on the job since he got hurt, as he has not been ordered by a doctor to get rest. Well, as he has been ordered by a doctor to get rest and continue to receive treatment to prevent further swelling. He has also made an official report to the police. We did an assessment to ensure that nobody else was hit and the vehicle was not damaged. I asked the team leader to take me to the comprehensive health center because I was feeling some pain, and then contact my supervisor and staff to let them know what was happening. This is the second time that Solomon has come under attack while carrying out vector control duties. The first was in the malaria time in the Fletcher's Land area, but this is the first time this year, he told the Gleaner. Solomon said that he personally knows other co-workers who have sustained injuries at the hands of stone throwers, including one who was struck on the eye in the Western St. Andrew community of Waterhouse. He got a couple of stitches. That was last month. Solomon explained that foggers and other inspection crew operated in grave fear, uncertain when they might be set upon by agitated residents. He also disclosed that fogging operations were often cut short or abandoned altogether, putting householders at greater risk of contracting dengue fever in mosquito-friendly habitats. You can't make a determination who are going to fling stone at you. Some people will accept us in the community and they're okay with us doing what we need to do. But some persons will signal us and tell us that we don't need that right there, so. Whoa. And based on protocol from the office, we don't do it. The residents have first priority. And so if there is something happening and they say no, we should move from there, so. Other foggers were restive yesterday, demanding that the ministry intervene to protect them. Yesterday, the health ministry expressed outrage at the hostility its field personnel face, with the government gearing up to intensify mitigation measures with a $1 billion cleanup drive set to begin. Again, even while we recognize the threat to all of us, we still have cases where persons are being negatively responded to in communities. I want to appeal to Jamaicans to recognize the importance of the vector workers. Give them access and listen to them, because they are trained in order to provide some guidance, said Health and Wellness Minister Christopher Tufton during a press briefing at the ministry in New Kingston, I think yesterday, Tufton warned that perpetrators of attacks on vector control workers would be prosecuted. Meanwhile, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa Mackenzie reported that since August, there has been a rise in the intensity and volume of dengue cases in Western Jamaica, particularly St. James, Hanover, Trelawney, and Westmoreland, as well as the North Central parish of St. Anne. No. Georgia Times said, but I heard fucking not helping the mosquitoes. We hear a lot of things many times in the Empress. What I would have heard, in all honesty, is that over the course of time, mosquitoes are becoming immune to the chemical that is used in the fucking exercises. I cannot speak to that with any form of authority, as I am not trained in said, and I never have the research details in my hand at the time. So you know what thing go. But even so, Miss Time, the government is attempting to aid or help the fight. Why on the face of the earth, if this thing has not been known to have any ripple effects or ill effect on human beings, why then is this fucking thing being impeded and interrupted by citizens? I understand so some man might outdoor and them something there. But when you fuck the thing for one good 10-15 minutes and the thing wear off and everything good again, then I not get it. Zin? Yes, them have on gas mask. I suppose that is just protocol. Zin? But at the end of the day, I do not know anywhere around the world where there have been reports that fucking has ill effects on the human population. You understand? So, it things sad though. It things sad. And you know the funniest thing? These communities that are posing a threat to these field workers are the communities where most of the mosquito breeding side prevails. Zin? And the lack of education and awareness added to the fact that they are now physically assaulting these workers will simply cause the outbreak to expand exponentially. You understand? Our place, I am not fun with Christopher Tufton. He should try to do more, I think. Okay, Empress. Zane, I think he was voted the best performing cabinet minister last year. So I don't know. You understand? Even though I never agree with that, as I would have made a case for the tourism minister, who I think is the most productive cabinet minister, hands down. See, the man was voted best tourism minister in the world. You understand? So you know what I think. But I also think our place is that we as individuals need to do more as well. We can't leave up everything to government. Yes, them need to do more. Yes, they should do more. But are we doing enough to protect ourselves as individuals? Are we doing enough to protect our families? You understand what I say? So yes, government should. Government could. But what are we doing? See? Many of us still use the milk tin them and dash them round the back in our gully and them a catch water. Many of us have all tires packed up round the back of our yard and catch water. Many of us has bottles round the back of our yard and jump full of water and now cover it and now put no bleach in there, throw no oil on the top or board the jump bottom them for the garbage jump, rainfall catch water. So many of us are not doing enough to protect our immediate surroundings. As again, me say, many of we know so we live in a places where it hot. And as such, you know, at night time we crack a window like and them something. If you open your house at night time, invariably mosquito go and come in there. So, buy some mesh. As me say, I am sure that meshing your home will cost less than burying somebody in your family. And you mesh your house one time, it last one good 1, 2, 3 years if you mesh properly. So we need to take some responsibility as well. See, because the government can't do nothing to protect every single house in the country from mosquito. What are we doing? We are the same one I pollute the environment with these things. We act as a haven for mosquito breeding. See, and now it reach a stage, Zane, Orville Prince, blessings. It reach a stage now where residents are now attacking vector control workers. So what the man them should do? Just go them yard, go lay down, and nobody try, even if we are here, say, there may be information suggesting that they are becoming immune to these things. But even so, we're not for trying at all. We for just text one or lick down some man we are trying to do them job. What am I tell about that country or family? Country is a different place, yo. Big woman thing. Ah, boy. Same thing again. Dinner share, dumpling and mackerel. But we give thanks, got something on the pot still. They work not easy. Tomorrow we gone back still. Cause the youth them have to eat. And are the same thing again. Yeah, boy. Yeah. The picture behind me is showing a diagrammatical representation of the HIV virus that leads to AIDS. The acquired immunodeficiency virus. The killer. You understand? Listen to this. I may have started the stream on a very edifying trend tonight. You know. You have BA information in it. We'll soon come to the obituary section, the death announcement, and then some other things. We're going to bake something and then we'll talk about some other things. Cockpit country and the works. See? Only 53% of Jamaicans in the KSA, that is Kingston and St. Andrew. Not saying stoning is right. Well, that there. Not saying stoning is right, but fucking, I think, is poisoning people slowly more than the mosquitoes. Good evening, Miss Lissandra, man. How are you? But you see, Miss Drummond, that is a thinking thing. You understand? Until we can provide the facts, we suggest this is the case. Fucking has been going on for eons where I live and places that I would have lived. And I have never shown any symptoms of anything untoward as it relates to fucking what I never used to show before. So I don't know. I have never heard of any studies anywhere around the world, anywhere that suggests that fucking is detrimental to the health of human beings. So that is speculation now, I suppose. But I understand where you come from in the Empress. You see me? But then what is the solution? Don't fuck then. So just leave it as it is. Not do nothing. Make the people them where I pollute the environment. If you just get infected by dengue and just die. And then we come again and hear say the government now do nothing. And nothing now happen. And dengue a kill we off. And we want justice. Only 53% of Jamaicans living in Kingston and St. Andrew who have been diagnosed with HIV or AIDS are getting treatment. I'm going to take off my glass when I talk about this. Because right now, this serious. Because I know some girls from Kingston and St. Andrew, brother. Me been know some girls from Kingston and St. Andrew. You feel what I say? And then some girls, well, I don't know. Peeps. That one you worry. Listen what I go on. In Kingston and St. Andrew. And then this is possibly a reflection of the wider Jamaica with the rest of 12 parishes there. So it may be a situation where probably not 50%, but some good percent of people across the country who have been diagnosed, most of them got it, not getting treatment. And it's not because them can't get it, you know, but them choose not to. Listen to this. The permanent secretary in the Health and Wellness Ministry, Dunstan Bryan, says only a fraction of Jamaicans in Kingston and St. Andrew who have been diagnosed with AIDS have been getting treatment. I think I can't find him. So my boy, please. Yeah, this is what I'm officer. Oh, I want my headphone them there. My headphone them there in here. I need for you I say, you know. I don't hold on the peeps. I soon come. Nobody don't leave the class, you know. You understand what I say? I don't like your grill too. So
What we do here is go back.
this is what the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health had to say about the situation here.
Numbers for Kingston and St. Andrew show that of the number of persons who are living with HIV, 93% of them have been diagnosed. They know that they have the disease. However, of that number, how many of them are on treatment, who have been linked to care? That's what the terminology was. For 2017 numbers for Kingston and St. Andrew show that of the number of persons who are living with HIV, 93% of them have been diagnosed. They know that they have the disease. However, of that number, how many of them are on treatment, who have been linked to care? That's what the terminology. Only 53% of them have been linked to care. And of that 53% that have been linked to care, only 66% of them have achieved viral suppression.
Peeps, the man say across the country, out of all the people living with HIV or AIDS, 93% of people know them have it. You understand? The man has said Kingston and St. Andrew. Seeing? Only just half of those persons are getting treatment. I could continue. Hold on there. Come on. It's a phone and lock as you put it down. See? So he says no. And him say only about 60-something% that show viral suppression. And this is when a virus is no longer detectable in the person's body. See? But Mr. Bryan says the data are of concern. This is what he said.
Of the number of people who know that they are HIV positive, only 53% of them are on treatment. That's a major risk. What is that risk? It means that people know that they have HIV, not linked to care, and yet they are continuing with their life not accessing the services that are available within the public health system.
The permanent secretary now says that Jamaican men are more at risk and fall into this category.
Our men are the largest set of at-risk population, and these are the people that we need to reach. Of the new cases in 2018, 53% of new cases are men. That means of all the cases that we have seen in 2018, which is about 1,165 cases, 53% of them are men who are having sex, who are unprotected and are exposing themselves and their partners to the risk of HIV. Because
crap. 1, 2, 3.
Of the 107 taking their medication, even when they are linked to care, they are turning up late and they're exposing themselves and their partners to this epidemic. That we have seen in 2018, which is about 1,165 cases, 53% of them are men who are having sex, who are unprotected and are exposing themselves and their partners to the risk of HIV because they have now contracted the disease. Understand that the stigma around HIV causes people to see HIV as a homosexual disease. And therefore, once you're seen to have HIV, you're automatically assumed to be a homosexual. And therefore, we have to change the dynamics. HIV is not a homosexual disease. It is a disease that can impact anybody at any age, even babies. And therefore, we have to now begin to transition the population to a conversation around HIV that is around your health status. Of the 179 deaths that we saw in 2018, 60% of them are men. What does that mean? It means they are not linking themselves to care. They are not taking their medication. Even when they are linked to care, they are turning up late and they are exposing themselves and their partners to this epidemic.
Babes, I saw some serious thing that just now, you know. Like, I want to understand. When I say serious, I mean serious. Everybody we watch the stream know somebody will know me, and me know somebody will know them. Jamaica is a small place. You understand what I say? So it means say, and all the country run, it pass and all some people operate, it means say, you have sex with somebody where me have sex with, me have somebody where you have sex with. Somewhere in the past, in the lifetime there. You understand what I say? And you know in Jamaica we have this little thing where we love to talk about say, a skin to skin the thing there. You feel me? And you don't know what is the status of that person there. Because very few persons, I know people are doing it, but very few people, I know people who you have to do a HIV test in a relationship before you start to have sex. You understand what I say? But how many people actually do that something there? See? So in order for anything run, if you not baking go on, you have to run a one test. You understand? And walk with your paper. But the reality is that as a country, we are still risk takers, we are still very adventurous, we are still a very promiscuous people. You understand? And infidelity is still very rampant out here. You feel what I say? So the possibility of you, me, and she contracting HIV is not impossible. You feel what I say? So we need to understand, so look here, man. That's something that's serious. And he made a very valid point. The reality, whether we want to accept it, yea or nay, is that many Jamaicans are of the view that HIV and AIDS is a homosexual disease. You understand what I say? So if it's a homosexual disease, how come women have it? Eh? So it should then tell you in your bird brain, say, you still have man, where you say, them are gallis, and back at the door round so them are manis and woman is said way. Zin, so we have to ensure, say, a thing balance. Because at the end of the day, most people, both male and female, not really into the condom thing. Because some people say kind of take away pleasure out of it thing. Yeah, but you have a different type of condom. I recommend it to one. The name Skin. It's not cheap. But it's bad. You understand about $500 for your pack with 3 nights. Zin, you have other condom where it feel like you know you're none. And we are left with the thing piece. I know say, children might be watching with their parents, but them have to understand how the thing go to. Because some parents afraid to talk to them youth about sex too. You understand? And then them go find out about it somewhere else and it lead to all sort of problem. You see me? So we have to understand, say, yo, I serious something this. I mean, I'm telling you. Say, this is just a snapshot of the country. Where only half of the people who know, I not talk people who don't know, you know. People who know, say them have HIV or AIDS are not seeking treatment. And I will promise you again that majority of these people are still having sex. See? So this is the situation, because I think it's a criminal act for somebody who know that they have a STI or STD to willfully expose somebody to contracting that virus. So what the government need to start though is to ensure, because if them say 93% no, there would be a database with the data of persons who have been confirmed as HIV positive. Zin, so it means that if any reason at all information becomes available that a person who is in the registry, Zin, knowingly expose somebody to HIV and AIDS, they should be arrested and charged and convicted because of attempted murder that. And in many cases, that's a murder. You feel what I say? And thing. So, peace, we have to be careful. You understand? I mean, sex is a beautiful thing. It's a fun thing. You understand what I say? You can't done it. Take your time. It will done it, like. You see it? And be a little bit more responsible. You feel me? Me hear Mr. Vegas say a thing one time, and I am not the biggest fan of Mr. Vegas, but remember I said it specifically. Mr. Vegas say, because he must say some man lose the vibes when they have to put on a condom. He said, if a man can't use a condom, Zane, him not forget no sex. If a man can't go around without a condom, him not forget no sex. You understand? And Vegas has said many sensible things many times. But that was a sensible statement. You feel me? Root Daily said that is why you must know your partner. But Miss Daily, you see, the thing is that you never know people. You never know people. You think you know a guy, and a guy think him know a girl. You understand? But you don't know them. You see me? You can try and know them, but you don't know them like. You see me? Yeah. You don't know. A serious business this year. A AIDS thing here. You know, easy, you know. The thing still is that AIDS not really kill nobody against it, you know. See? Treatment is there. As a matter of fact, some people are no longer presenting with the virus if it was detected early and treatment was consistent and stuff. So nobody now dead from AIDS again. That's the reality. People that are dead from AIDS again are the people that want to seek no treatment or who don't have access to no treatment. You feel me? So people have to just wise. You see me? Finance say still no want it. Me no want it idea, no brother. It's not everything we see people with me want it. Me not ready I like that. Some things can stay. You understand? Then that enough for me, sir. Then you understand, but you know what I think of. Zane, And peeps, you know I see me a pin some graphics thing up at top there. Only for going to a merch store go spend some amount of money to man. You understand? And them something. It's a Christmas a come. I'm a want me llama. So there has been momentum being gained in relation to a particular discussion in recent times. Zine, where many persons are clamoring for patois to be recognized as the national language of Jamaica. Let me get this out of the way from early. I am not one of those persons. It's a part of us. It's a part of our culture. But the reality is that what is patois going to do for we as a people? What will it do for us as a people? What kind of advancement shall we make as a people in recognizing patois as the chief language in Jamaica? The reality is that some of us, at this day and age and stage of our life, don't have even a remote mastery of the universal language in the country, which, whether you like it or not, is the English language. That is the universal language. Not only in Jamaica, but universally. Zane, the failure rate in English language is amazing. How many countries around the world communicate in patois? Like, we have more serious things as a people to focus upon. You understand what I say? Crime, that we need for sort out. Unemployment, that we need for sort out. Improvement in productivity, that we need for sort out. Why we feel like everything is all about us? And me I say again, for the people that never hear, that part was something there, make you stay away there. You understand? You say Singapore, and Norway, and Switzerland, and Cayman, and the Bahamas, and the other countries them who are doing well economically at talking on a patois family. The English, you think that? You feel me? No, the most honorable bro God. We out here. Prime Minister Holness raises concerns about efforts to make patois an official language. I mean, I always agree with many things that politicians do are saying in this country. But I must say, bro God is on point in this one. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is again raising concerns about the renewed push to have patois recognized as an official language in Jamaica. The Prime Minister says he is worried that patois activists are suggesting that the country should abandon English in favor of the local dialect. He was addressing youth parliamentarians recently on the renewed advocacy to make patois the country's other official language alongside English. The Prime Minister says while there is no attempt to diminish the value of patois, I mean, I think so neither, there needs to be focus on our failure as a people to grasp the English language. I think so. Because I know the next thing is that the English language, I have this language in our world. I don't speak French or Spanish. I can say a few things in a Spanish like. You understand? I want a few things in a French and probably look a Latin. And look, we know one and two words in some of my language. English language is the most confusing subject in a school. So if you can grasp that, patois now, we can't even spell some of the words that we use in a patois. You understand what I say? He said as part of celebrations commemorating the 100th anniversary of Miss Lou's birth, the Jamaica Language Unit has launched a petition to get Parliament to declare Jamaican Creole an official language. The petition to ask Parliament to pass legislation to grant official status to the Jamaican language alongside English started in November. Well, started on the 1st of November. And needs 15,000 signatures by December 10. My signature will not be one of those. But Prime Minister Holness is again raising concerns. The Prime Minister says language is a powerful tool for access to education, commerce and international opportunities. And he says people's focus should be on becoming multilingual. And I agree with that. Mr. Holness says all employment prospects are dependent on mastering languages, including English. When you go do an interview, nobody not interviewing in a patois, brother. You understand? When you go up to the American embassy, you don't talk in a patois. As much as you probably don't master English, you go up there, go behave like an English student. See? So right now, me a pre-say, we have more important things. And I have nothing against the language. It's a beautiful thing within itself. But the reality is that we need to master the English language before we even start banding about this notion about making patois an official language. As me say, that is my view. I know people in the stream here say I agree with that. But that's my view. You understand what I say? Kev said them twang out hell for the visa. Patois is a language, brother. China and the second largest economy in the world. And them not speak English. See? Yeah, brother, but Mandarin not nothing to do with Patois family. That's a different story for a different time. So how making Creole an official language affects Mandarin? Mandarin is not the universal language. English is that language. Most nations around the world speak some form of English. You understand what I say? So whether or not China speak English or not, China is not the only trade partner for Jamaica. And not Chinese alone live in Jamaica. How the Creole and Mandarin dropping on this? I don't get it. You understand? So, big up to the proponents of this Creole something. I am not one of them. You see? But MS Funk Zane I work with that. So every country have a version of them thing. Zane? However, this is what I'm saying. What benefits will Jamaican and Jamaica derive from making Creole a national language? Explain that to me. How shall we benefit from this as a people? How will it now drive productivity? How will it facilitate employment? How will it allow us to grow as a nation? When we have crime to contend with, when we have the rape and murder of our children to contend with, when we have the cockpit country situation to contend with, when we have dengue fever outbreak to contend with, is this really something that is pressing and important at this juncture in time? My honest opinion there says no. See? Where patois is right now, me not see nothing wrong with it. Make it stay there so for the time being. You understand what I say? As me said, that are my view, purview upon the thing. You know, if you agree with my thing, you understand what I say? And thing. If you have a different opinion, me not agree, but I your opinion that, you understand? So we're good. See? Not because me not think so means you not think so. Me respect that. But me not agree say right now that for happen. You see? Yeah, man. I don't know who you are communicating a patois with. And we can't even talk English properly. Priorities. And everything with a adjust from an emotional standpoint. What are the pros and the cons? See? Right now they serve it better if you go learn Mandarin than patois. Is that me I tell you no too? But we get to that because there's something else I want to share with you now. You understand? Hondurans hit with multiple charges after ganja bust near Negril. So the narcotics police have charged 3 Hondurans who were recently intercepted off the coast of Westmoreland and allegedly found with over $2 million worth of ganja. Who them get the ganja from? What them give in return for the ganja? Was it money or was it guns? They are 31-year-old Humberto Cirillo, 27-year-old Christopher Elliott, and 36-year-old Andis Hopkin, all of Guanaja, Honduras. The place where them come from nearly sound like a ganja, you know see? The three are charged jointly with the offenses of possession of ganja, dealing in ganja, taking steps preparatory to export ganja, conspiracy, and use of conveyance. The men were arrested on November 19th at about 9 p.m. when the Jamaica Defence Force Coast Guard intercepted a vessel off the coast of Negril in Westmoreland. The vessel was searched and 656 pounds of compressed ganja was allegedly found on board. And the narcotics police were contacted and the men were subsequently handed over to them. The jug had an estimated street value of $2.62 million. And the men are scheduled to appear in the Westmoreland Parish Court on Tuesday, the 3rd of December. So that are the Honduran situation. This is a Asian situation where another group of Asians would have landed in Jamaica on Jamaican shores recently. This is a picture that was taken of said group. Asian land in Portland by boat, and they have been undergoing screening since. So 4 Haitians who arrived by boat in Portland, I think it was Thursday morning, are now being screened by officials of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The 4 men were picked up in St. Margaret's Bay shortly after 10 a.m. after residents spotted them coming ashore in the vicinity of a fishing village and alerted the police. According to the Chief Public Health Inspector for the parish, Lorenzo Hume, the Asians appeared to be severely dehydrated, weak, and hungry. They claim to have left Haiti 16 days ago. I am not sure as to why they have fled their homeland. However, after we have completed our test, the police will decide their next move. The police reported that, based on information received from the 4 Haitians, there was a total of 10 persons on the sailboat which landed in St. Margaret's Bay. So it's possible that 6 persons would have died. How come it take them 16 days from Haiti to come to Jamaica? I guess them probably drift, or them probably they go somewhere and drift. I don't know, but them know them there. I know some people are say right now, return to sender. It's not as straightforward as that still. You understand? I suppose based on human rights conventions and treaties that Jamaica would have signed, they would have to bring them ashore and screen them medically and process them and then decide if they will be given political asylum, if that is the case, or they will be returned to their homeland. Somebody just said something. GH7. Yeah, GR7 said my girlfriend is from Haiti. Okay. Big up the Asian Empress family. You understand? Yeah, Anthony Richards said Jamaican government must accept them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Based on international conventions and laws and them something there. The protocol would dictate that you receive them and then you move from there. If they have to be sent back home, then you don't know anything go. You understand what I say? Father God will make them fight me so hard. A lucky thing say me no coward. If voice not right. A lucky thing me put my trust in the Lord. You water! Link up. Father God, it's me again. Father God, your son again. Mavado's son returns to court in February. It's over a year now since the youth has been incarcerated. So the teenage son of dancehall DJ David Brooks, more popularly known as Mavado, will return to the Supreme Court on the 18th of February 2020 to answer to murder charges. The teenager is currently being held in a juvenile detention center in Kingston without bail. Detectives had reportedly been interested in speaking with Mavado about the case, but the singer is currently in the United States, where he is a legal permanent resident. Last year, Mavado's son was charged jointly with 23-year-old Andre Hines for the June 5, 2018 murder of Lorenzo Thomas, otherwise called Israel or Chulups, in Cassava Peace, St. Andrew. Both were charged with conspiracy to murder, arson, shooting with intent, and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The teenager had also been accused of giving his co-accused, Hines, an order to behead Thomas. Reports were that a witness statement given to the police had alleged that Mavado's son gave the instruction, quote, "Remember the boss want him head," end quote. The juvenile allegedly said to Hines. The statement further alleged that Hines attempted to carry out the order but only managed to partially sever Thomas's head. And the teenager denied the allegations when he appeared in the corporate era criminal court last year. Keita Scott, sis, what go on? Everything good? I'm glad to see you. Big up yourself. You know me love you like. You understand? 360 reason with Nas. That's what I go on, family. Everything good, sir? Mothers I respect every time, you know, brother. You know what thing go. So, teach, I'm to the phone line. No, I'm to the phone line. I don't take calls on a Friday and a Sunday. I take calls Wednesday night. I never have no call-in stream Wednesday night because I'm tired. I think I'm going to do an interview, I think. Yeah. Or something. And it never happened. Yeah, I think I did, no. Wednesday night. Yeah. I did do an interview Wednesday night and come in late-ish and then I did tired there, man. So, I never bother do no call-in stream. You see? And them something there. I was got here ask me, say. See me? So, that's the situation with Mavado. And I have a sneaky suspicion that if Mavado was ever to come back to Jamaica, willfully, he will be arrested and arrival. That is my personal view on the situation. Knowing that the police would have requested him to turn in himself, Zane. And I suppose if the police really want him, but then again, America don't really send people come to Jamaica like that, you know. But we don't know. I could see you go. Zane, I'm here cooking. I'm here cooking, holding on. I think you say you cook. You understand? Good evening, sis. Again, I'm say welcome. Peeps don't know Scotty's situation. You understand? She have been, you know. But she have come round. You understand? More time I have to rough her up and thing. But I understand how I think go more time. So sometimes, you see me? But us make she be herself. But sometimes I rough her, like, you know what I mean? Tough love. Yeah, peeps. So that's the situation with Mavado. A very unfortunate situation, whichever way you look on it. His son has been arrested and incarcerated from last year, June, them time. You understand? You not see him father yet, and them something there. Zane, his father flew out like a couple of hours after the murder would have occurred based on him flight date. Me nah say, you understand me? I just say him to leave the island, say him have some shows. And thing. Mavado must not get any respect from Jamaica, and it's a bad thing for the country. I can't speak to that in them details, you know, True Love production. You understand? Because I don't know if Mavado is guilty of anything. Zane, I'm sure Mavado would have helped persons in the country before. So I don't know still that Mavado is a bad thing to the country still. But I know so the police them want to talk to him. When I talk, I kind of talk with facts. With the facts. When I really, you understand? I just know so when him come back here, then probably go and arrest him. Because they want to talk to him from a long time. So I can move on now. More court case. There is no time to waste. Kalanji, big up yourself. If anybody will watch the stream now, Kalanji, tell him to link up. You understand what I say? But I love to interview the DJ. Then what you want to think? It's work, me and work. Sorry, peeps. I look for your thing and I can't find it. I need to be like elephant, man, and I want to find it. Boy, I don't know where it is. I just want to talk without it. The whole Tesha Miller trial situation. Tesha Miller trial, the trial phase of the trial. Mavado catch a soldier man in him house with Delia. Scotty. The situation with that case has now been closed in terms of the legal aspect of the prosecution and the judge trying to convince the jury. The judge's summation will start at 10 a.m. on Monday. Zane and things. So we will get an idea now of what Tesha Miller's fate is. I know some people from day one say, yo, Tesha go walk because the justice system is crap and whack. I can't speak to that. We'll have to see. So I reserve my judgment until the judgment of the judge. You understand? And them something there. Zane. Careful, you say the welder, yeah, the man say he's an innocent welder, then what you want from the man? You understand what I say? Then me tell you what the man say, sir. Let me say me can't find one because I need it, you know, before me start talk about that something. Because I always like for other local context and perspective to the thing. So you know that, so you must know this. Boom. Open says to me. Yeah man, me not tell you man. We always have the things them, you know. We get the things them out of luck now. Where that there now? Come through. Boom. But it close that. Now peeps, Tesha Miller trial. The judge is to begin her case review on Monday. So I would have done a video on this earlier. I'm not even sure how it do, but I won't hope it do well. So the trial judge, Justice Georgiana Fraser, will on Monday begin her summation of the evidence presented in the trial of Tesha Miller. And for the persons who have not been following, I would have covered the court proceedings for every day since the trial would have started. You know, a summarized version, because nobody a quote me their word. Then you understand? Zane, she will begin her summation on Monday of the evidence presented in the trial of Tesha Miller, who is accused of ordering the 2008 murder of the then chairman of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, Douglas Chambers, which is the other man on screen. This comes after attorneys on Thursday, yesterday, made closing arguments to a 7-member jury. A senior deputy director of public prosecutions urged the jury, Zane, so it's not Paula is leading the prosecution. I'm sure she would have probably been in court at somewhere along the line, but I'm not sure as she had the head person. Zane, so Craig and DeAndre is not no girlfriend. You understand? A senior deputy director of public prosecutions urged the jury to believe the testimony of the Crown's star witness, who claimed to have once been a member of the Spanish Town-based Klansman gang. The witness cannot be named because of court order. I want to know that. You understand? The prosecutor told the jury that there was merit in bringing a confessed gangster and not an angel to testify. The best person to tell you and identify a criminal and criminal activities is a criminal, the prosecutor said. The witness, the prosecution argued, accepted his punishment even though he had accepted a plea deal. So during the trial, which started on the 13th of November, it was revealed that the witness had entered into a plea deal with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to testify against Miller. Using the Bible handed to witnesses for swearing on in the court, the prosecutor read from Luke 5 verse 32, which states, I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Yo, likening this call by Jesus to the plea deal given to the witness. She also pointed out that the witness could at any time withdraw from the agreement without giving a reason. However, Bertland Samuels, the attorney for Miller, asserted that the witness could not be believed. I suppose Bert would not say anything other than that. He argued that the witness was said to be an accomplice and also had an interest to serve because he got rewarded to say what he did. Samuels also told the jury, comprising 6 females and a male, that each time he caught the witness lying, he sought to explain himself. Fanciful excuses and excuses that don't make sense throw them through the window, he instructed the jury. He told members of the jury that there was only one fair verdict, and that is not guilty. Samuels also told them that he knew they were wrestling with the fact that Andre Blackman Bryan had been acquitted of Chambers' murder, but one juror could be seen shaking her head in disagreement. No, we're not arrested with that. It's a different matter. This. You know what I want. Earlier in the proceedings, Miller professed his innocence in an unsworn statement from the dock. Miller said, "I have never sent the witness or anybody to kill the JUTC man. I have never sent anybody to kill man because the witness said after Douglas was killed, Tesha would have sent Blackman to Cayman on a boat because the person did not come down. I honestly swear that I do not know anything about this and I am innocent. As a matter of fact, I am just a welder." He earlier denied knowing the witness. The witness said him in the gang for them about 13, you know. Zin? And him said Tesha buy him clocks and clothes and all sort of things. See? He earlier denied knowing the witness. He said, "I don't know the witness. First time I see him is when him come here, come court to give evidence against me." So, make we hear what Justice Frazier have to say on Monday. So, I guess she going to do her summation. And then after that, you know, I suppose she will instruct the jury to deliberate. Then the jury will determine Miller's fate. If he going to stay a prisoner or they going to fly the gate. You understand? Then we don't know. Then we are watching. So now, peace. I could get into the stream now, because this is just, I just started the stream and start and I feel like, say, but then I only for things we have to talk about tonight. So, you know, I don't know, as I say, I have no legal training. Then I would have learned that the court of public opinion, as in what we think we know and what we believe, is totally different from the court of law. And sometimes some cases we say open and shut case and man get knocked now, man walk free. And cases always say, yo, them not no evidence against the man and the man innocent. They are found guilty. So, I can watch and see. You understand? Man pleads guilty to killing 16-year-old girl who ended a relationship. A St. Elizabeth man who was accused of the murder of a 16-year-old girl 3 years ago has pleaded guilty to the lesser offense of manslaughter, as they tend to do these days. Yeah. Horatio Bruce, alias Prenter. You know, so the man is apprentice and everything. A relationship, all sort of crap, of Malvern in the parish appeared in the St. Elizabeth Circuit Court on Monday. Bruce was charged with the murder of Sharika Roberts of Newcombe Valley in St. Elizabeth. He is to be sentenced by presiding High Court Judge Justice Chester Stamp on December the 6th. So I suppose Chester will give the proceedings his stamp of approval. Then I couldn't resist it. You understand? Allegations are that on the 12th of September 2016, the teen was at home in Newcombe Valley when she was called out by Bruce. Then say, which man can come on my yard can call out my 16-year-old daughter? Alright, me I say, her father never did it, her mother didn't did it. It must she alone was there. Because then me not understand. It must her uncle or her brother. Leave my godfather. Any father call her out there must me. You understand? So if it's not her brother or her uncle, and then turn out a night she can't go out there to her brother and her uncle neither, then you know easy. Eh? The teen reportedly told him their relation. It would be nice to hear the age of this fella here. Because then I mentioned that no time at all. You know. The teen reportedly told him their relationship was over. And during a subsequent argument, Bruce allegedly used a knife to stab her in the neck, chin, and left foot. You know, see, Prenta idiot. The teen managed to tell members of her family the identity of her killer before she died. Following a probe by the police, Bruce was arrested and charged. Ah, boy. 16-year-old. Hey, look how Empress don't live no life yet. And this man decides, say, I him want her. You understand? And if him can't get her, nobody else can get her. You know, see that going in a dance? Eh? St. Thomas man to sue the state for malicious prosecution. And St. Thomas man says he plans to sue the state for malicious prosecution after a case of carnal abuse was continued against him, despite the complainant identifying someone else as the perpetrator. The man, 20-year-old Kimani Robinson, was freed in the St. Thomas Parish Court today. Mr. Robinson says the matter has had an adverse effect on his life and he will be seeking redress through the court. He says he was going about his lawful business on a day in March when he was detained by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. He says he was arrested and charged for having sexual intercourse with a person under the age of 16. His lawyer, one man named Shaw, said the complainant had informed the investigating officer that Mr. Robinson wasn't the one she had sex with. But he says despite that admission, the police still continued with their case against his client. The lawyer said his client intends to sue the state. And Mr. Robinson says his life has been derailed due to the accusation which turned out to be false. Damian White, big up yourself and brother. Manners and respect, you know. Appreciate the support in our family. Miss Marlisa Williams, that's such a nice name. She says, I do not even know what this channel is about. A friend of mine sent me over here. It is my first time. Good night, everyone. I am here to listen and maybe, just maybe, I may comment. But Miss Williams, your comment already, you know. Big up yourself, Miss Williams. Here's my namesake. First and foremost, welcome to the channel. And the person, the friend was sending over here, big up yourself. I want to know which friend. Miss Williams, this channel is a Jamaican YouTube channel where we focus on social, political, economic, sports and entertainment stories out of Jamaica. The good, the bad and the indifferent and sometimes the ugly. You understand? We upload videos on a daily basis concerning those things and we stream 3 times per week. Friday nights, Sunday night, we call that extra class. And Wednesday night, which is a, oh, sorry about that finger. And Wednesday night, which is a call-in stream, we call that roll call. So that is a synopsis of the channel. You understand? I am the host of the channel, Zane. I am an educator by profession. I teach a few youths a few things. You understand what I say? And we do that something up on the side as a hustle for building muscle. So welcome, Miss Williams. Really and truly appreciate the support. Zane, Tash, big up yourself in a moment. Thanks for continuing referring the channel and peace. And welcome, Miss Marlisa Williams. Welcome, Miss Williams. Hope you are impressed and you will become a permanent member of the family by hitting the subscribe button and turn on every notification. Big up yourself, mommy. Then if Miss Williams left after that, then me can't do nothing for keep her. You know see? So now peace, I can move on. Get the groove on. That situation there in relation to the Pembroke Hall teacher now go nowhere, is it? You understand? It turn up like a Guinea stain in a white shirt. Curry stain in a white shirt. He just now leave. You understand? And thing. The situation sad. As we say, you know, we would have spoken about it before. But we're going to share some more things about the situation there. Because the most honorable bro God would have spoken about it. Okay, Miss Williams, blessings. Wholeness says Pembroke Hall teacher needs support. She does. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the Pembroke Hall teacher caught on camera threatening a student with violence is in need of support, and the Education Ministry is seeking to deliver that assistance. At the same time, the Prime Minister said the St. Andrew Bay School needs intervention. There have been intense public reactions to the incident after a video went viral in which the teacher threatened to harm the child. However, speaking on Nationwide one of them morning there about the teacher's behavior, Zane Holness said the teacher's behavior cannot be condoned. I said that a million times. What I see is a lot of compromise, said Holness, noting that while he was sympathetic to the conditions in which teachers work, they have to accept that they are the ultimate in the system. It starts with them and it ends with them. The teacher is now on leave while an investigation is being carried out. That is the principle the male and the teacher cross over this. Another article in relation to the same issue. So bro God would have spoken. So, you know what I mean? Empathy for a Pembroke Hall teacher. Educators understand her dilemma and are advocating for support systems to help deal with frustration. So this is an article that was in one of them papers, The Observer. Teachers working at high schools in the corporate area and St. Catherine believe that their colleague at Pembroke Hall High School, who was recorded on video issuing a violent threat to a male student in her class, should not be fired. From the get-go, I said that. Sanctions for the actions, sure. Suspension, sure. Mediation, sure. Counseling, sure. Termination, no. I did say that from the beginning of time. The teachers who spoke on the condition of remaining anonymity, said that hopefully some good will come from the situation and the relevant authorities will examine the real cause that led the teacher to the unpleasant moment. Her comments were out of line, especially to the point where she threatened murder. In fact, she should not have been going toe-to-toe with him like that in the first place. Bina said that. However, he emphasized that as an educator himself, he more than understands her frustration and anger. She is human, and we all get there. It is just unfortunate that someone decided to record her during such a low moment, the teacher said. I don't think she should be fired. While some kind of disciplinary measure may need to be taken to discourage this kind of thing, the more important part of the solution is rooting out the issue in the school that would have led up to her responding like that. And then also building more reliable support systems for her and others like her who are overworked, frustrated, or otherwise overwhelmed. He argued. The other three teachers who were interviewed by the Jamaica Observer all agreed that termination is too extreme a punishment for the Pembroke Hall teacher. I don't think she should be fired. I think she should be sent on leave for maybe the rest of the semester and not have to teach that student again. We all lose it sometimes. So, although she was very wrong for what she said, I can understand her frustration. And she should not have to become unemployed because of it. The second teacher said, we could perhaps look into avenues to provide more psychological support for our teachers. The third teacher said, I don't believe she should be fired, but some pertinent questions need to be answered to determine the appropriate action. Primarily, is this the general behavior of the teacher in question? If not, and the outburst was out of character, then perhaps a lenient approach would be most suitable. If her general mode of conduct then If this is her general mode of conduct, then perhaps more stringent measures should be applied. But a loss of job doesn't seem an equal punishment to the offense. There was no physical altercation, just a highly inappropriate verbal exchange, the teacher pointed out. Now, a former teacher with whom the Observer spoke said she decided to venture into another profession because she feared snapping like the Pembroke Hall teacher. I used to teach at a school and I had to leave because I was getting so frustrated and I was pretty close to losing my mind, she related. The teacher in the video was obviously frustrated. That does not make it right. It doesn't. But I understand it all too well. I do. I have been close to losing my cool while in the classroom several times because the disrespect from students was more than I could tolerate. It is never ending. I almost lost my cool when a fourth form boy decided to slap me on my bottom in my very first year of teaching. Regular something that. Regular something that. I almost lost my cool when another fourth form student who claimed he really liked me backed me into a corner. Teachers have to put up with a lot, so I feel for her. Her punishment should not be termination. He who feels it knows it best, she said. On Wednesday, the minister without portfolio with responsibility for education, youth and information, Carl Samuda, met with the board of the Pembroke Hall High School to discuss the additional years of support to the school. And during the meeting, which was held at the Ministry National Hero Circle's office down a rural place, board members identified the need for stress management programs to help members of the school body deal with difficult. Me can tell you this from now. There will be no visiting of no anger management program by no Ministry of Education for me as a teacher. Me can't tell anybody that. Me nah go them something there. You understand? There's more that needs to be done for the education system than that. You understand? So no guy can't get me for going to that meeting there before somebody submit my resignation. You understand? We need support from the Ministry of Education. Tangible support. Not just some programs to make it seem like something now go on. So no guy can't get me going on them there something there. You feel me? So no can write that down and send it go give minister. Or me cut it out and go on WhatsApp him if you don't have him WhatsApp and them something. You feel me? So who want go can go, but me now go there. So. You understand? So now, the board also requested additional infrastructural support, which Samuda committed to providing. As usual, they will do that. We will provide professional development programs, including a stress management component for our members of staff. A parent inclusion program will be rolled out at the school, Samuda said. In addition, we will provide additional infrastructural support. This will include classrooms, a dedicated smart room to assist with specialist interventions at the school, as well as equipment to support their technical and vocational education and training program. You understand? But in all of this, we don't hear nothing about discipline, or dealing with the discipline or the indiscipline of students. You understand? Every change is geared toward teachers. Not sure, you know. Let me move on. Because I have our next story, and this is from a teacher, and it's not me, it's a female. Because I know as a teacher, now you write the article there. I don't write an article. Yeah, I mean, I'm not type for write an article. Get me out of the classroom. I don't need to ask somebody to get me out of the classroom. I'm ready to come out of the classroom, I just come out. So, and let me write this. You understand? Corporate era teacher begs for any other job as rude students push her close to breaking point. With the controversy still raging about the apparent meltdown by a teacher at Pembroke Hall High School in St. Andrew, a teacher at another high school in the corporate area has appealed to the Jamaica Observer to help her find a job, any job, to get her out of the classroom before she suffers a similar fate. Anything apart from teaching right now. Anything apart from teaching. Right now, I want to leave the classroom. See? You see me? Teach. Me understand what you say. Me Sophia Kobe say me guilty. No, Empress. Me no need to ask somebody if you come take me out of the classroom. When I'm ready to walk out of the classroom, me just walk out of that. You understand? Then we no beg people help like that. You see me? She said, anything apart from teaching. Right now, I want to leave the classroom. This morning, I was leaving for work and my neighbor saw me and he said, "Good morning, teach. How you do?" And I said to him, "I don't like being called a teacher because I no longer want to do it." The teacher whose name is being withheld. You understand? If I the teacher, I'm put in there, then they're busy with guy. She said after completing her diploma at the Shortwood Teachers College, she moved to the University of West Indies Mona campus where she read for a degree in education. Armed with her degree, she was employed, what is that now? Yeah, to an upscale traditional high school where she stayed for 2 years without feeling the sense of satisfaction, which had sparked her passion to enter the teaching profession in the first place. I mean, you can understand. I would have taught at both scales. I would have taught at traditional high school and upgraded high school. And I have said many a times, yes, when you get a cohort of students at the traditional high school, they will always get 90, 100% passes in CXC. But at the end of the day, you don't feel that sense of accomplishment that you feel when you go to a school and youth we can't read so well. Youth will come with GSAT scores of 20s and early 30s. You understand? Who have learning challenges, ADHD, some of them dyslexic. You understand? Some of them not numerate, some of them not literate. You understand what I say? All of the ailments them. And you get that youth there and you help that youth to acquire a grade 2 or 3 or in cases a grade 1 in your area of specialization. That is a beautiful feeling. So me understand what she say, yes. She probably shouldn't leave her first school still. But watch her now. See? She said she never did feel a sense of accomplishment, and the reason why she joined teaching, the passion in the profession, she never did feel that because the school where she did work. The teacher told the observer that she wanted to work in a school with less resources, where the children face greater challenges. How noble. And the parents, for the most part, were unconcerned about the performance of their children in school. So she sought employment in a school in an inner city community. Very noble. Where the grades of the students entering were lower, and it would be an achievement to move them to levels where she could see her influencing and improving their educational achievements, behavior, and personality. Now, after 15 years at that school, then that's a lifetime that not teaching, and I not teach so long. She has decided to call it a day and has accepted that if she continues, the meltdown by the Pembroke Hall teacher could seem minor to where she feels she's headed. The indiscipline of these students has overwhelmed me. They use expletives in your presence without any reservation. They don't care. They gang up on teachers. They fight teachers. They tell teachers anything. The discipline or lack thereof, the support from administration or lack thereof is too much, lamented the teacher. If a student does something that they tend to get away. For example, last year a teacher was ganged, and the boys who ganged the teacher, I am not even sure if they received a suspension. But those boys were still at school, and teachers are expected to stand in front of those boys and teach them, she said. She said when she initially went to the school in 2004, there were several challenges, but she embraced them as she was determined to improve the life of her students while lifting the reputation and profile of the institution. The challenges were always there. See? In my second year, 2 boys climbed over a grill and went into a staff room and cleaned my desk out. I had 2 phones in my bag, and they stole them and my money. I did not even have bus fare to go home. But even with that, it is worse today, declared the teacher. It has reached a point where students are telling teachers, go suck out anything. And they are talking anything in the presence of teachers. I don't think it matters to them anymore. The respect is just not there anymore. She declared that while teaching was her passion, Based on what teachers are facing now, she is prepared to take any other job that can pay her a livable wage. And many of her colleagues are at a similar stage. Just last school year, the students decided that on the last day of exams, we are going to mash up some teacher car. They slashed 2 of my tires. They vandalized 2 other teachers' cars. And when I say they were vandalized, every surface of the cars was defaced and 1 windscreen smashed. And we have to bear the expense of these things because the administration of the school is not paying to fix it, said the teacher, as she insisted that staying in the classroom is no longer an option. Me no have a thing for say. Me be not talk, you know. And when me talk, people vex. You understand? Because some people don't like hear the truth. Zin? And as me I say, for all them people that were crucified the teacher from Pembroke Hall, who don't know what go on in a dance, man. You understand? A gospel concert, you know, go. Who don't know what go on in a street dance. You see? And when I justify what the teacher do, we say the teacher did wrong. She shouldn't threaten the youth, so she had killed the youth. But at the end of the day, them people who talk off them face, really and truly, but then love to see someone, you know, try the classroom something up on a daily basis, 5 days a week. Then you see how weak you be in the week. You understand? Peeps. Nobody leave the class. The simple instruction. Me soon come. I run go outside and come back. Work is on the board.
What we do here is go back.
When I see that then gone out the door, everything good bad. So please, as me I say, thing kind of rough out there, sir. There are millions on social media right now giving you an insight into the psyche of some of these students. There was one, I don't think that is Jamaica, I'm not sure, where 2 girls kiss them one another. One where a general proposed to a local empress and then quote unquote Jamaica suck out her tongue. One where some youth a dagger some girl now, I don't know want go on and one adult on the plant go there and I tell him to stop. And the youth them want pop off the adult clothes for dagger to alright. No want go on. You understand? So peeps, that announcement section. I could do this quick and fast, cause you know what thing go. I can't bother to dwell upon them stories a more time. See? 3 farmers shot outside Trelawney nightclub. 2 fatally. But I feel like I covered that story recently. Or not. I don't remember. 2 farmers were shot dead recently and another is battling for her life in hospital after gunmen went berserk outside a nightclub in the normally quiet farming community of St. Vincent in Trelawney. The dead men, both of Trelawney addresses, have been identified as 42-year-old Mark McCurdy of Freeman's Hall and Ricardo Williams, 31 years old, of Campbell Road in St. Vincent. According to head of the Trelawney Police Division, Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, the three farmers were standing outside a popular nightclub in St. Vincent when they were peppered with bullets by two unidentified men. McCurdy and Williams died on the spot, while a 58-year-old man was rushed to a hospital by the police. So the shooters reportedly fled the scene on foot. So Reverend Nicholas Dixon of the St. Vincent New Testament Church, who is a friend of the Williams family, argued that since he has been in the community the last 4 years, this is the first killing in the area. It is very sad. It was not expected. It has left the community in shock and disbelief, the clergyman said. Let us hope this is a wake-up call to the community members. We can't allow these kinds of things to happen. We must now look to God. He continued. So Lorraine Williams, the distressed sister of Mr. Williams, described her slain brother as a hard-working individual who was not in war with anyone. He just loves to give joke and works very hard. He gets up at dawn to go and work, the bereaved sister said. So this is the second double murder committed in the Ulster Spring police area since the start of the year. The killing of two farmers comes on the heels of the October 11th murders of 27-year-old taxi operator Courtney Bailey and 50-year-old Sophia Bryan, both of Freeman's Hall. See, you know, some love triangle something that we don't need to forget all of that. See? Speaking about farmers, farmer gunned down in Clarendon. So police investigators are probing the murder of a farmer who was found with a gunshot wound on Tuesday night in Zingshop district, near Spaldings on the border of Clarendon and Manchester. Zingshop district, wow. The deceased has been identified as 56-year-old Bentley Watt of Zingshop district. Why do you call that district Zingshop district? Reports are, I don't know, I kind of have an idea why, but why? Reports are at about 8:20 p.m. Watt was found by the police suffering from a bullet wound to his upper body after residents notified law enforcers of having heard loud explosions in the community. The wounded man was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. No motive has yet been established for the killing. As I said, we just run through these things, I don't even dwell upon them murder something. You know how long I do a video on the channel related to murder? I can't bother with them. You understand? Businessman shot dead in St. Thomas' home. At his St. Thomas' home. So the St. Thomas police are yet to identify a motive for the killing of a businessman at his home in Albion, St. Thomas last Sunday night. The deceased has been identified as 35-year-old Damian Davidson of Albion. Reports are that sometime after 8 p.m., residents heard explosions coming from Davidson's house and alerted the police. So Davidson, who was a former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, was seen suffering from gunshot wounds. He was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. So he's an ex-cop, really. You understand? It didn't get worse in the peeps. I don't think it'll get better. Watch out. 60-year-old man dead. Spouse injured in early morning gun attack. You understand? Detectives assigned to the Criminal Investigation Branch in Westmoreland have launched a probe into the killing of a man and the injuring of his spouse in an attack at their home in the parish early on Wednesday morning. The deceased man has been identified as 60-year-old Roy Perry of Belvedere in Westmoreland. His 51-year-old spouse has been admitted to hospital in serious condition. The police reported that about 1 a.m., Perry and his common-law wife were in bed sleeping when yet unknown assailants entered their house by kicking down a door and sprayed the occupants with bullets. The couple was rushed to hospital where Perry was pronounced dead and the woman hospitalized. No motive has yet been established for the attack. And the killing brings the number of murders in the parish to 81 since the start of the year, which is 45 less than the 126 reported for the same period last year. But we're not done it, you know. You know, Puchilai almost was going to say the same thing, you know. How come him is an ex-cop and him still so young? Why did he leave the force? Did he leave the force voluntarily or involuntarily? I don't know. See it? But Puchilai, him can leave, you know, because them say he's a businessman. Him can leave, he pursue his own business, you know. So that's the next thing too. You understand what I say? So listen this now, piece. We're still not done on Westmoreland, you know. West End Negril rocked by a double murder. Couple found with hands and feet bound and gunshot wounds. So the community of West End in Negril, Westmoreland, has been rocked by a double murder and what appears to be a robbery. So the deceased, I think, is an Italian couple. The deceased have been identified as 46-year-old Italian national Patrizia Richards and her Jamaican husband, 49-year-old Osborne Richards. Well, the man a yard man. Zin, the businesswoman and her husband were found with their hands and feet bound at their home in West End, Negril, about 12 last night. The police say their bodies had gunshot wounds. The couple's home was ransacked. A refrigerator and a television were apparently stolen. The police also found 11 9mm spent shell casings at the crime scene. Wow. Me drink some water, yeah. Same thing again. Dinner share, dumpling and mackerel. Cook shop operator shot dead at his establishment in Westmoreland. You know me hear the Minister of National Security say Jamaica is a relatively safe place to live. But we talk that Sunday. The Westmoreland police, still a Westmoreland with you now. The Westmoreland police are investigating the murder of a cook shop operator who was shot and killed at his business establishment in the parish on Tuesday evening. The deceased has been identified as 44-year-old Marlon Facey, alias Kanta, of Little London in Westmoreland. Reports are that about 6 p.m. residents heard gunshots and called the police. Upon their arrival, the police found Facey lying in a pool of blood, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. No motive have so far been established for the killing. Me hear the Prime Minister come out the other day, vehemently, vociferously, chiding, berating the media for suggesting that the SOEs are not working. He says they don't do any analysis. It is not their job. And it is not their purview to be accurate or honest either. That was a slight to the media, or of the media by the Prime Minister. No. Since we start read the death announcement, about 10 people dead at Westmoreland. And Westmoreland is one of the parishes that are currently under a state of emergency. No, me agree, so the SOE can't stop the murder of every single man. But the reality is that if Westmoreland is under SOE and about 900 people dead in a couple hours, then what you mean? Then talk to me. Jamaica is a safe place to live by all other ethnicities except blacks. But God favored me. That is really and truly not even a fair statement, you know, because most people who are murdered in Jamaica are of African descent, you know. So then me not understand. You understand? And the reality is Empress is who kill a black man them in Jamaica. Me not think a white man. Me don't know say a Chinese man. Because most times somebody is arrested and charged and tried and convicted for murder of a black man is an ex-black man. So, I'm not really sure about that still. You understand what I say? But alright. If you understand what I say. I understand what you say, but does not agree. Yes, Empress. But who are kill them? Who are killing the black people? Who are the people down by GP and Spanish Town, St. Catherine Adult Correctional Facility and Horizon and Tamarind Farm and Richmond and them place? Oh, that is why I say, okay, me probably misinterpret. So, Cookshop man, alleged knife wielder, shot dead by a licensed firearm holder in Halfway Tree. So, a man was fatally shot by a licensed firearm holder in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, on Monday, the 25th of November. Dead is 31-year-old Kareem Brown of Charles Burt Crescent in St. Andrew. So, reports from the Halfway Tree police are that about 1:15 p.m., Brown allegedly attacked the licensed firearm holder with a knife and was subsequently shot. The police were summoned and on their arrival, Brown was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. I don't know what started or whatever. You understand what I say? And thing. Mr. Tony Miller, you know, so whole heap of CCTV there in Jamaica. Probably enough not there here, but a lot is here, you know. But probably them not in the right location, them too. But CCTV them out, you know. Enough not there here still. And CCTV kind of cheap, like, you know, when I look on it. Because when I look on Amazon, because I need one nice set for me do my style, you know. But say me not get around to it yet still. But you know what I think. They're not so expensive. But CCTV the boy, man. Yeah, more than you would think. But just not enough. Based on the nature of our people and all them things. See? So peeps, I would have done this story where this gentleman on screen would have died. His name is Hubert Howard, 59 years old. He would have died from leukemia, but his story is that he is a part of the Windrush generation. Drones the here to you, Empress. The police use drones, the military use drones, but not enough. You understand? So, we get that. The problem with the drones now, Miss Miller, is that there have been reports that criminals have been using drones to evade the security forces and to spy on the security forces. So then there's the next thing. I suppose we will reach a stage where you will have to get a license to operate a drone. That will stress people like me, because you know I have a drone. See? But I don't have time for you I look on the police or a soldier. I capture some video for my channels. You understand? With my drone then. But then soon I forgot get license to fly my drone. Because it's a criminality, boy, I tell you now. Criminality affect everybody, you know. Criminality is just, boy, I don't know. No matter where you go. As I share with you on the night of my birthday, I would have gone on the road. And then I'd have to come in back quick and fast because the place I'm locked down about 11 o'clock because of state of emergency. I didn't remember the state of emergency there where me did I go. You see? But alright. And his daughter would have reached out to me yesterday, I think, saying that she would have come across the video on YouTube and she was very, very appreciative of me shedding light on on her father's story, and also she was impressed at how I put the video together. Big up yourself, Miss Marisa Howard. You know what thing go. Condolences again. You understand? So the family of a 62-year-old Jamaican-born man who was part of the Windrush generation, seeing, is upset that he died without receiving an apology or promised compensation from Britain, despite being opposed by the state for many years as he tried to prove he was in the country legally. Hubert Howard, who was born in Jamaica, died on the 12th of November, just 3 weeks after he finally was granted his British citizenship. So the 59-year-old arrived in London at age 3. How can you be in a country from age 3 and the government is seeking to find out if you did it legally or not? You couldn't carry yourself go there. Which 3-year-old carry themselves go to England? This 3-year-old would have grown up and attend school and all sort of things in England till the 3-year-old reach 59-year-old. So, boy, I don't know still. Boy, black people just get a fight in their life. I don't know. Howard spent much of his last 2 months of his life still fighting for a British citizenship from his intensive care bed in hospital. He was granted it at the end of October when his lawyer informed the Home Office that he was critically ill, pointing out the urgency of his case. Howard had not left England since he arrived there legally in 1960, according to reports. Now his daughter, Marisha, she's the one who would have reached out, has established a GoFundMe page to assist in paying for his funeral expenses. They are seeking $15,000. I did not even check to see how far along they are before me come on stream. Never remember. Now, according to the newspaper, Howard first realized he had problems with his documents in 2005 when his employers, the Peabody Housing Association, asked him to show that he was in the UK legally. He tried to get a passport the following year so he could visit his sick mother in Jamaica. But the Home Office said it had no record of him and warned him that if he left the UK, he might not be allowed back into the country. His mother died before he was able to see her again. That is just sad. Howard reportedly tried on numerous occasions to apply for a passport. In 2012, he was dismissed by Peabody because he was still not able to prove he was in the UK legally. He died in debt as a result of losing his job. So apparently he has not been working since 2012. That is 7 years in a family. You understand what I say? Why, I mean, yo, thing's sad, fam. You see me? It's sad. And the reality is that there are many other persons in the UK who are fighting the same fight that this one is fighting. And I will dare say, even though he was suffering from leukemia, he might have lived longer if he had not had to deal with the hardships that would have befallen him in relation to him trying to prove that he was in the UK legally. He might have lived a few more years. You understand? And then his citizenship when him fight for him not even get to enjoy no benefits of it because he died like 3 weeks after. The whole thing just sad, fam. You understand? And speaking about Jamaicans going to other people places. You know, say them did revolt. And condolences to the family of Mr. Howard once more. Zane. You know, Jamaicans, them greatest joy in this world is to visit Uncle Sam, the United States. It's just them thing. I said them because it's not my thing, in all honesty. If I wanted to be in the United States, I would have been in the United States. You understand what I say? See, my daughter was born in the United States. You see? She's a United States citizen. And if I did not decide to go, then you can understand. But some people, it is the most orgasmic thing whatever happened to them when them get for God Uncle Sam. The land of the free and the home of the slave, the home of the brave. You understand? The land where milk and honey flows along the streets. Zine, where you get rich and you don't have to work for it. You understand? Where the grass is green everywhere you look. Ah, boy. He's saying that his US visa revocation has not affected his performance so far. Zine? No Trump is listening to you teach. Donald alright, and I like me, I beg Donald to come here, and Donald no feed me. You understand? Government Minister Darrell Vaz says the revocation of his United States visa has not affected his ability to perform his duties so far. I don't know how it would affect him anyway. And I like Darrell Vaz is a minister when I normally travel go places like that on a regular. You understand? Zane, somebody say what? Not yet said Darrell Vaz, Donald Trump nah feed me. Not yet. I don't think Donald Trump will get a chance to feed me because at worst, he may only have one more term. Zin? Oh, yeah, saying not affect Darrell Vaz yet. No, at the same time, Vaz says he's yet to receive an update from the US authorities following his appeal against revocation. The US authority not have no need for give Darrell Vaz no reply either. You understand? Whenever I have an update, I will advise the public. On the 1st of November, Vaz confirmed the visa revocation, saying that the US Embassy in Kingston had written to him, advising that subsequent to the issuance of the permit, it received information that he may be ineligible. What information? What is the nature of the information? I would have done another video subsequent to that that says 5 more Jamaican politicians are slated to lose their visa. I mean, I say nothing yet still. The Observer was a paper that published that, so I don't know. Them say them have good source, then me did believe them, like, then me don't know. At the time, Vaz said if the visa was not restored on appeal, he would resign from the government. I mean, I know who that would affect though, Mr. Vaz. Talk the truth. Zin, however, he reserved comments about any possible resignation. Any comments or decision would be premature at this time. But then I get up and make big statement, brother. Prime Minister Andrew Holness also addressed the issue of the visa revocation when he appeared on Nationwide recently. Obviously, not being able to travel to your major trading partner. America is our major trading partner. Top the line, Prime Minister. One of your largest foreign cooperation partner. Well, that's different. Would have an impact, but it would not be to the point when he could not continue to function. However, he did not definitely say whether Vaz would remain a minister. I think that he himself has his own concerns. Bro God. Said Holness, adding that Vaz wants the people of Jamaica to have faith in him, and so he will continue to do everything he can to have the visa returned. So having a visa returned don't mean to me going to have faith in you, Mr. Vaz. Your visa have nothing to do with me think about you. You understand? So if you mean getting the visa to say, okay, whatever information them did get, not true, then okay, then life goes on for me, see me, that not affect me neither. Meanwhile, opposition member of parliament Philip Paulwell has also had his US visa revoked, and he said he would appeal the decision. See? Miss Patsy Brown, good night, Empress. What you say? Me this reaching from work. Me have me me this reaching from work. Work off me away. Me just reaching, work off me away. Me understand the thing, you know, Miss Brown. Me glad for know you're reaching safe. That's the first thing. Big up yourself. Appreciate the support. But know you come in and tired and you couldn't go bed and go your bed and you know go. You watch the stream. Big up yourself. Appreciate it. And appreciate the contribution. But know you come in from work late, you work hard. Big up yourself. So you know, peeps, the time of the dance. You understand? Money pull up, you are the greatest. Zin? Tip a little rum in the Baileys. You get rich now. You see the Bacons. So this man has become an instant social media sensation. Zin? However, before me go any further, I will take this opportunity to say to this man, him more than likely now watch this stream, but somebody goes to watch you and know him. Him need to go easy. Him need to talk less now. He have said enough. Him need to relax himself. He is getting carried away with the social media hype, Zane, and he has to understand that the man who was killed allegedly during the robbery has family and friends, and whether we believe him is a criminal or not, him have family and friends. And me gonna say him need, as Besenta say, just calm down your nerves. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. Relax, family. Me see a million video with the man all over the place. I say all sort of things. You understand? As a matter of fact, let me see if I can share some of them. See? The man need to go easy. You feel me? Don't get caught up in a hype, brother. Right now, you should be more concerned with ensuring that your family is safe and ensuring that you are safe. The thing gone already, relax yourself. We have a tendency as people to get caught up in a Babylon to family. You understand? Then you're never ready for this show, pan. So why this pop up? Then come on for that. Oh, creation, just give me a one link. Let me see if I can find some things. Just calm down your nerves. Alright. So this is our one. See? Pause this so boom. Play what this is so. Come up. Yeah? So this is one.
People, this just poor people. Real life. Yeah, man. You have to bake it.
Yes, man.
You have to bake it. Bake it. Don't make him finger make it. Bake it.
Alright.
Love and protection.
Oh, because say this is connected to. See? I play about that in a few people. I just see a comment on me need for address. Because I see a man there, she might call up my government name. You understand? Yeah, man. Christopher Green. Big up yourself. You understand? The man say, yo, my G from Taki days. Big up yourself in the family. Man, as I respect every time and I appreciate the support. You hear, sir? So the man in our peeps, the man need to relax.
Back.
Me have to not hear what man say, yeah, because me have to all of the audio meter there.
Real life. Yeah, man. You have to bake it.
Yes, man.
You have to bake it. Bake it. Don't make him finger make it. Bake it.
Alright.
Love and protection.
Hey man say just bake it. You understand? Him not done it, you know. You think him done? Him not done. See? Right now, him man turn movie star. Hold this, sir. Right.
Yeah, man.
Top shotter is back.
Your man said top shotter is back.
Yes, man. Mad thing, man. Top shotter
Take
is
it
back.
from the set to man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yo, are you a star next movie? We haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
man. Shatter part 2, man.
Deal with it, son, teach.
Boy, I'm from beat it, man. I'm from bake it.
Yeah.
Bake it.
Man.
Makes sense, man.
I never bake it, more make it.
Yeah, for real original.
Check out the Instagram page, man, and you see a lot of things.
Yo, a dog say if him never bake it, him gonna make it. Him man also an artist. Oh, bad, sir. Let me see. Me can't find out. The man make a song out of it. Then let me see. See? Oh, is that a song this year? But
You was so violent to drop.
me not know. Yeah, but as me as a peeps, the general I get carried away. The general need to easy himself. So I am not going out like a punk. I would have done the video. Same thing. Video doing, I think the video is trending as a matter of fact. Yardman not play with people. That was the reaction of most Jamaicans to a news clip making the rounds on social media. Studio, sir. Zin, which reported that a 60-year-old Miami man with a heavy Jamaican accent was forced to shoot and kill an alleged gunman who had broken into his van early on Monday. Zin, so let me see if I can find that. Boom. So this is the van apparently. Come on, stop. Yeah, so that is the van apparently, the black van light. The man, Donovan Stewart, claimed that the gunman had attempted to rob him of his jewelry. I am from Kingston town in Jamaica, he said, and I am not going to go out like a punk. So I emptied my Glock in his chest. This man tried to get in my van while I was sleeping, and he was surprised to see what I did. Well, he opened the door like this and pointed his AK, and I reached around like this and got my gun. That is how I did this to him, he said, pantomiming his movement from the actual shooting. You understand? So, the man, somebody else said the man still excited after him first skill teach. So now, the scene was played out in a manner that the late actor Louis Rankin, Teddy Brookshot would have loved. All hail Jamaican Dan Dada. Stewart claimed to be a member of the NRA. See? So, I thought you are going to kill me. So, now I have to act quickly because I am trained, he said. You know, I have a security license. I have a G license. I have a state firearm license. And a concealed weapons permit. And I have a gun. And I am a member of the NRA. I am going to defend my life and those I love, he said. My family is innocent. And just don't put an AK-47 in my face. I will not allow that to happen. This guy also hijacked a woman in a van and was found with her car keys. He robbed the woman at gunpoint. So it's a brother obviously that I do some robbing. You understand? A man say, you know, you want to come looking for trouble? Come to me. Come to me. I wouldn't do anything like this to anybody, and they picked the wrong person in this case. So Miami police officer Mike Vega said, while it appears to be a case of self-defense, the investigation is still open. So now, his van would have been confiscated along with his gun, as you know, standard procedure. So he would have been living in his van. So he is currently homeless, I suppose. But the police are saying that they would be assisting him. Him need to calm down. As me I say, brother, just calm down your nerves. You understand? Zane, because right now, you push the thing too much, you know. Zane, lawful, what go on? The man say, watch them find some back child support payment that didn't make it. And take it. Big up yourself in a lawful. You see me? You see the man that is an NRA officer, advocate, ambassador. See, the man said top shotter is back. Calm down, brother. You understand? You get your 7 minutes of fame. Relax yourself. Remember, you have a family. You understand? Remember the man where you kill, whether I'm a criminal or not, my friends and family. Zane and thing. Relax, fam. That's all me have to say. Calm down your nerves. Go listen to the Becenta song there. Just calm down your nerves. Marlon Coombs, what go on. So, peeps, we are coming down to the final lap now. You understand? We have a few more topics to talk about. Zane, I know some people are going to have split opinions on. So, NIDS, as I told you when the appeals court or the constitutional court would have made the ruling that NIDS is unconstitutional. And I said, I have issues with certain aspects of the NIDS, but I also think certain aspects of the NIDS, if implemented correctly, will aid Jamaica in a meaningful way. Zane, sorry guys, especially in the fight against crime. New NIDS bill to be tabled by the 31st of March. I told you from then that NIDS is not something that is going anywhere. NIDS will be here and eventually NIDS will become a thing. You understand? There are just some concerns. Miss Josette Williams, good night. Zane, there are just some concerns where infringing on people's constitutional rights. Zane, some of the biometric data collection, where would it be stored? Who will have access to it? Those are some of the concerns that I would have had. But as I am saying, I think that certain tenets of the NIDS bill, if passed and if implemented correctly, will serve this nation in a very, very meaningful way. Zane, the government is pushing to table a new national identification and registration bill by the 31st of March 2020 at the end of the next fiscal year 2019-2020. The date would be just shy of a year since the NIDS was ruled unconstitutional and struck down in a ruling by the Constitutional Court in April of this year. Holness, who was speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, said while the government did not appeal the decision of the court, it was never its intention to abandon the identification aspect of the legislation. May I agree with that. Zane, he said many Jamaicans are still having problems conducting regular day-to-day activities, such as dealing with financial institutions, because of their lack of proper identification. That is not reason enough to push through the NIDS bill, Mr. Prime Minister. But relax. Me see what you try to, but big up. Let me make it clear that the government is not abandoning the identification aspects of NIDS. Our target is to issue new drafting instructions with strengthened oversight and security provisions by January 2020, with the aim to table a new bill by the end of the financial year, the Prime Minister stated. He said the administration has completed a revived policy that is consistent with the recommendations of the court ruling that is now being reviewed by the primary stakeholders. Who are those people? I have no idea. Because I think the primary stakeholder should be the people of the country, innit? Holness added that we expect the review process to be completed in the next 2 weeks, after which the cabinet will consider the revised policy. Responding to a question from Julian Robinson, the opposition spokesman on science and technology, and remember Julian Robinson was the person who would have taken the government to court, Holness said the consultation included the parliamentary opposition and a joint select committee of parliament would be involved. If necessary, before the NIDS was struck down, the opposition had argued that it was too important a law to be rushed and should have been placed before a joint select committee. That was one of the things. The speed of forward movement was amazing. You understand? Meanwhile, Holness told the House that the NIDS project team has embarked on a rescheduling of the main activities under the contract between the government and the Productive Business Solution Limited Consortium. He said the administration will focus on the ICT-related activities until the requisite legislative framework is put in place. So watch this now, please. The government is giving the go-ahead to persons doing the technological part of the thing until the laws are passed. So this is the Prime Minister is suggesting here that comes what may, comes hell or high water, NIDS will become a thing. So the man said, he said the administration will focus on the ICT related activities, which is the information technology aspect of the thing, until the requisite legislative framework, which are the laws, are put in place, which would give effect to the implementation of the national identification system. Zin, the Prime Minister said the Cabinet on November 11 approved an amendment to the NID solution contract for the disaggregation, adoption, and execution of the non-national identification systems activities. The first amendment will allow the project team to focus on ICT upgrade activities until a new NIDS bill is tabled, debated, and passed into law. From the original contract, sum of US $31.7 million, the PBS-led team is to spend US $6.4 million on the ICT upgrade for the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency (PICA) and the Registrar General's Department (RGD). Holness said the money is to be spent to facilitate urgent needs at the two entities. The government decided to focus on the initial ICT upgrade to address urgent needs at PICA, and the RGD. The remainder of the contract is to cover new systems and infrastructure upgrades and the implementation of the National Identification System, Holness said. With the ICT upgrade set to get underway, Holness insisted that the government has always pointed out that the NIDS program was much more than identification. This program was always about modernizing Jamaica's ICT infrastructure to support the effective and efficient delivery of government services. So peeps, the story, the next story, that's a the NIDS thing. As I said, NIDS a come. Then, Zane joke thing, Tesha Miller go walk. Ezra lied, said that. Ezra, you is a liar, sir. You is a judge, sir. Oh, come here and tell me that. Tell me what you know. Then let me listen. Oh, you know say Tesha go walk. I don't know say him not go walk or him go walk. I don't know. Ariel Desard, that is so-called bill need to go into the garbage. Why is it that they can't use your driver's license or a non-driver's license? That is the way America do it, and Jamaica love to follow America. But Desard, we complain so Jamaica follow America and everything. So why we are complaining when them not follow them? Me not get the point still, apartheid still. You understand? I suppose based on your statement, you would have perused the initial NIDS proposal. Saying, I for one would have done some research and some reading. I for one think certain aspects of the bill were unconstitutional, were intrusive. They were questioned as it relates to data storage and monitoring of data and who had access. Those were some of the concerns that I had. I also had concerns that the people who will be most affected, which is the citizens of Jamaica, did not get much say in certain aspects of the bill. I also got the impression that the Prime Minister was very defensive and very arrogant as it relates to addressing certain issues of the bill. See? So, those were the concerns that I had. However, Jamaica, we don't have a national fingerprint database. You understand? We don't have a uniform ID system. See? So, there are aspects of it that will invariably benefit us as a people. See? So, I can get up and say it should be thrown in the garbage. A lot of things needed modification. I will say that. But to wholesale say, yo, this don't make no sense. I'm not sure about that one still. You understand? See? Now, this fellow here rose to national prominence during the Rural Read saga. He is currently still the head of the Financial Investigative Division arm of the Ministry of Finance. He would have led the investigation into the allegations of corruption surrounding Rural Read, Fritz Pinnock and the gang down at the Ministry of Education and over at the Caribbean Maritime University. He was the face of the investigation. So when news broke that he now will no longer be head of the FID come the 31st of December, then me start scratch my head. You understand what I say? And me know, say, the same things that I started thinking, what me not say, because you know the videos that I do, I give you the information, the data, the facts, the statistics. See? Think about it. The type of money people have to pay for the penalty if they don't participate in this bill is ridiculous for poor people. So we don't need to have no bill then do sad. Is that what you're saying? We just need to operate like how we are operating. Just your ideas. So want to the fingerprint database and them local things. See? We don't need that. See? And thing. So I started to think some things and explore different angles and possibility. And I am saying to myself, the International Monetary Fund is a major agency and entity. And if the man have ambition, he would want to put that on him resume. We're not wrong with that. But was this appointment from the IMF one that was earned on merit or one that was secured by somebody? I don't know. I think though it is very surprising that in the middle of the Rural Read case, knowing that they're going back to court in January, that the man would have spearheaded the investigation and arrest of Ruel and Dr. Fritz Pinnock is now moving on and leaving the country. I find it a little bit curious, to say the least. If the IMF is offering me a position, can that position not be deferred for a while? I don't know. I'm just asking. Zane? So I don't know. But this is the long and short of the story. FID boss heads to the IMF. And Selvin Hay will now take over. So Robin Sykes, the man who led investigations. I'm going to say I can find one next picture of some boy place. Because I know I'm supposed to have a next one with the whole camp. Yeah. Robin Sykes, the man who led investigations into allegations of corruption at the Ministry of Education and the Caribbean Maritime University, resulting in the arrest and charge of former Education Minister Ruel Reid, President of CMU Dr. Fritz Pinnock, Reid's wife Sharon, and his daughter Cheryl, along with JLP Councillor for the Brownstone Division, opposite of Big Up Yourself, Miss Kim Brown Lawrence, will no longer be the head of the FID come the end of December. So the Ministry of Finance and Public Service has announced the departure of Sykes as Chief Technical Director of the Financial Investigations Division, effective December 31st, 2019. Somebody said something, okay, I'm going to see it. Teach the man look in upon the job like how people lock in upon your channel. Zin? Yeah. So Sykes has indicated that he will be taking up a position at the International Monetary Fund, IMF. And I am saying, is this a position earned on merit, or is it a position granted or created by somebody who has influence with the IMF for Mr. Sykes? Did Mr. Sykes apply for the job? What implications will this now have for the case concerning Ruel Reid and Fritz Pinnock and the rest? Is this where that case collapses? Whosoever will now take over, will they be as strident and fearless as Brian Sykes in pursuing justice against public officials who are accused of misappropriating Jamaican taxpayers' money? A million questions in my head, you know. Is this an attempt by somebody to silence somebody? Is this an attempt to get somebody who is seen as a person of danger or threat out of the way? Is this some sort of a promotion that is ultimately a demotion? So me have a million questions to ask. Zane, and as me I say, every man have ambition. Zane, if this was a decision made without any fear or influence and just out of being ambitious and the opportunity came and it was seized, all the best to Mr. Sykes. However, if there's any other element at play here, Zane, I trust that one day we will find that out. I wouldn't be surprised if he turned out to be CIA. I never go that far in the Empress. You see? He has held the position of Chief Technical Director since November 2014, making him the longest serving Chief Technical Director in the division's history. And him do some things during him tenure. We don't need to forget that now. Sykes will be succeeded by Deputy Commissioner of Police, Selvin Hay. Hay has been with the Jamaica Constabulary Force for over 30 years and has particular experience in anti-corruption and major criminal investigations issues. He has held the position of Deputy Director General at the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, as well as Inspector General at the Professional Standards Oversight Bureau of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. I just find it curious. You understand? This man is a hero here in America, teach. But Jamaica needs heroes too, Miss Ingrid Tater. Then, you know, when you watch a show, them all heroes are in America, but then Jamaica need heroes too. Them have Spider-Man and Flash and Batman and all of them already. Then want to our hero. Because say what you may about how Mr. Sykes would have approached the investigation and all the questions at Wildman. I suppose you Wildman must be a happy man. Mr. Sykes apparently is a fearless individual who is about his job. It no matter who the guy be. You understand me I say? So, me no know. Me just scratch my head when me come across it. Like, you understand? But he was never really in the media still in Ingrid. Him just say a few things and him gone, you know. He wasn't the man who do the whole heap of talking night, you know. You understand? So as me I say, me just find it weird at this juncture. Juicy J, big up yourself and brother. I appreciate the support and the contribution and manners and respect every time. And as me I say, it could really and truly be a situation where him apply for the position and him get it during an interview and such. You know, me don't really like to interview Mr. Sykes. Me have some question for you. You understand? If you don't know him, make him link up. You see him? So I don't know. So I could deal with the last story in the night. Because I see Miss Gracie Abel said she just a yarn. It's like she has to teach boring here, man. I'm tired of one guy in bed. You understand? Peeps, I've been a pin some merch up at the top of the street. The chat. I not pin it because I just like pin things, you know. It's a little hint. You understand? Then you just go in a merch store and get the things there. So I'm gonna answer the beanie. Come cross beanie. So you know, peeps, one of my favorite topic is a topic what them not like when me talk about. You see? God favored me, so what a coincidence. It has to be someone higher and have more influence than the Jamaican government. Who could that be? They do it all over the world. It is CIA. As we said, I don't disagree with the Empress, but as me I said, I can't speak to that still because we don't really know the facts like that in relation to that. It could be, it may not be. You understand? So, you see me? No! As I spoke to Mr. Dixon, he would have told me that on the 28th of November, there would have been another forum in relation to the Cockpit country down in Stewarttown. I was not able to make it, you know, with work commitments and things, because it would have been in the evening, like some 6, 7 o'clock. You understand? And things. So if you leave work and drive, go down to Trelawney and drive, come up back, that would have been too much for one man. Plus, after me there, I work the whole day. Residents and groups against the Cockpit country insanity. So residents and environmentalists on Thursday reiterated their opposition to mining in the Cockpit country, underscoring that they will strongly resist any attempts. I could have stuck out a part of the stream and make an individual video. Now. So I'm going to take off the logo them and something off the screen. Because them not going to look nice when me edit. So the article was published by the Gleaner. Residents and groups against Cockpit country insanity. So residents and environmentalists on Thursday the 28th of November reiterated their opposition to mining in the Cockpit country, underscoring that they will strongly resist any attempts by Noranda to do so. The issue was ventilated at a town hall meeting on Thursday evening at the Webb Memorial Baptist Church in Trelawney. Mr. Prime Minister, are you going to bring out the police and soldiers to kill your people when we stand against mining? Question environmental activist Esther Figueroa. I need to call Miss Figueroa, you know. Community and environmental groups and players in the bauxite sector have been at odds over mining near the boundary of the Cockpit country. Whose boundary? The protected area boundary was declared in October of 2017, and Noranda made an application for a special mining lease 173, an area adjoining the boundary, in August of 2018. How strategic of Noranda. Peeps, that's why they agree. You know the story, because you know they are day in day out. So the area where them say protected and say SML 173 there. SML 173 there in a Cockpit country. Just like SML 165. The whole of them place they are Cockpit country. You know them a try fool. Time jump but time no fool. You never see me jump off a no bar store. You understand? So that are the area where them are say protected there, so. And thing. Good night, Miss Williams. Blessings. See? Yeah, man. Hopefully I see you on Sunday, 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. So the Cockpit Country protected area there in green. And thanks for the support, Empress. Really and truly appreciate it. And look where SML 173 there. So if you mine SML 173, you basically mine the protected area of the Cockpit Country. Alright. The company owns more than 50% of land in the mining area. You hear that? The company owns more than 50% of land in the mining area. But it has said that it plans to utilize only 15% of the acreage. And I would have explained that to you already. The 15% when Naranda wants is 100% of what Naranda wants. I'm going to break that down. The 15% of the area of SML 173 that Naranda said them want is 100% of what them actually want. Why? The 15% that they want is called bottomlands. See? Because remember, you know, you have the conical shape hillocks, and then they open up and you have some areas of relatively flat land, undulating areas. That is where the bauxite is. You understand? Now, they want, because they won't mine the hillocks, they want the bottomlands. And the bottomlands in SML 173 covers only 15% of SML 173. So when Naranda come out and say them only want 15% of 173, what Naranda is saying is that only thing all of them want is in that 15%. Because I'm not going to mind the hillocks, they only going to mind the transitional areas where the flatland is. And as me say, we call that bottomland. That is the terminology for it. That is what them want. So them 15% of SML 173 is actually 100% of what them want. Don't be tricked. No, you never know me know that. Yes, Danny, because the government would have given them the license for the land. They were given, see the SML. SML mean Special Mining Lease. SEPL mean Special Environmental Prospecting Lease. So when you get lease to a land, now you own the land for the lease period, the family. Do the maths, man. Zin, watch you now. Groups opposed to the mining have declared that the area should not be disturbed. Agreed. Environmental activist Esther Ford said, digging up for bauxite is insane and suicidal. Mr. Prime Minister, are you going to bring out the police and soldiers to kill your people when we stand against mining? Withdraw mining lease 173 immediately. Hugh Dixon, the boss himself, Executive Director of the Southern Trelawney Environmental Agency, STEA, said, we must at all costs protect the Cockpit Country. There should be no mining in the Cockpit Country now. It is bauxite now, but later it will be our limestone, which is the most valuable in the world. See? Noveline Campbell, a resident of Alps, said, the farmers need the land to provide food for the nation, as they have been doing for generations. The water which all of Western Jamaica depend on will be no more. Leave the Cockpit Country as it is. Tiana Yue, a student of the Westwood High School, said, I am looking to a life of enjoyment of nature undisturbed. Maurice Livermore, a deacon at Webb Memorial Baptist Church and a resident of Stewart Town, said, from the experience of what happens to the lives of people after mining in their area, it is not something I am looking for. Why would a government want to earn from an activity which will expose the population of deteriorating health as a result associated with the dust nuisance associated with mining? Dr. David Smith, Coordinator of Sustainable Development Unit at the University of the West Indies, Mona. There are 2 places in Jamaica with resources found nowhere else in the world. I speak of the Blue Mountains and the Cockpit Country. A key resource is water. Scientists have not been able to find a suitable... let's do that again. Scientists have not been able to find a substitute for water. Every hotel in Western Jamaica uses water, which originates in the Cockpit Country. The electricity from the Rear Buena Jamaica Public Service Plant depends on water generated from the Cockpit Country. Bauxite is a finite ore. When that is over, what is next? There is a Mining Act of 1947 which is in desperate need of being brought into the 21st century. I am really a bit sad that I was not able to make it to this town hall meeting. You understand? I would love to know what is it that we are going to do if the government decided to go through, which I heard that they are going through. Then we're not going to find out, brother. People themselves, make we wait and see. So I don't know. You understand? I have long said that they will proceed with the mining. Zane? Because I remember, and let us not lose. Zane? Let us not lose sight of the fact that Noranda is not any company. Noranda is owned by the government of Jamaica. The government of Jamaica has 51% stake in Noranda, making them the main shareholders of Noranda, the principals of Noranda. So Noranda is the government and the government is Noranda. So in essence, it is not Noranda that is going to mine out SML 173. It is the government of Jamaica. Let us not lose sight of that. And again, the government keeps on saying that Noranda employs some 900 people that affects 4,000 people. And I am saying again, if the government of this country cannot find gainful employment for 900 Jamaicans, then they should not be the government of the country. If the government of this country, who have advisors left, right and center, cannot find other creative and sustainable ways to utilize the resources of the Cockpit Country to earn money, then they should not be the government. It's a simple thing. We not say people for lose them jobs. We are saying alternatives should be found for these people. Why would you want to affect an area that is so delicate, geologically, hydrologically, biologically, historically? Why? For what? For 15% of the land, as Noranda say. For what? Why? After them cook up the Cockpit Country protected area boundary, because them know say I cook them cook it up. See? When you, that little part, they're leaving out acres upon acres of land and communities that are known historically and geographically as part of the Cockpit Country, and you create a little part there, and then you know, in your infinite wisdom, I suppose, decide, say, if the protected area is there, we're going to give Noranda the permission to go dig out SML 173. We're basically in the protected area that can't make no sense. And who advise them money here? Millions of taxpayers' dollars are go to some advisor. We advise them money here. And people, when I talk about that topic, I kind of get cross because I can't understand the rationale in pursuing with this thing. If you would have given Noranda a license, simple take it back. So if it means, say, look here, billions of dollars in the history of this country have been robbed and fleeced by politicians. So it now go kill we for them use some more taxpayers' money for pay back Noranda whatever money Noranda give them. Like, common sense is so common these days, family. If you mine SML 173 invariably the cockpit country protected area, as them call it, will be affected. A common sense thing that the dominant rock type in the cockpit country is sedimentary rocks. And the type of sedimentary rocks that covers the cockpit country is limestone rocks. Limestone rocks are a permeable rock. Permeable means it allows water to enter and pass through. And it permeable in 2 ways. It is either porous or pervious. Let me explain them things a long time. So it means any mine you go on a SML 173, you're going to have runoff that is going to infiltrate and percolate. You're going to have through flow and ground flow, and eventually all of that wastewater there are going to affect other areas of the cockpit country because of the nature and the geology of the rocks in the area. That's a common sense, brother. I don't lecture at UE or UTech, but I teach geography, and a simple geography this. So no scientist, no matter how no matter what kind of Harvard and Yale and Princeton, then go. You can't tell me say mining in a SML 173 will not affect the protected area. It no matter what kind of school you go, you can't tell me that. Simply based on the nature of the rocks in the cockpit country. I could have 1% of SML 173 in my mind. It will affect the hydrology of the area. You know much underground you know much underground stream is possibly on the SML 173. So when you mine and that runoff, infiltrates and percolate down to them stream, what will happen? See, NEPA is taking Windalco to court because of a fish kill that would have occurred in the Rio Cobre recently, where effluent from the bauxite processing plant would have made its way in the Rio Cobre. This is just a snapshot of what is likely to happen in the future. In the cockpit country, where many rivers originate, have their source and them starting point. You know much underground streams in that area where you look on behind me, big head. So you can't tell me, say, mining in a SML 173 will not affect the cockpit country, whether geologically, hydrologically, biologically, or historically. Because many places in SML 173 are historic places. Freeman's Hall. You understand what I say? Which was one of the first free villages in the country, where hundreds and hundreds of Maroons would have buried their ancestors down the years. But me tired for talk. You understand what I say? Action. So I really wanted to have helped shed some light on the plight of the people down in Stuart Town. But based on the work, you know what I think, I never get round there. I'm not talk to Mr. Dixon yet. See, I probably try to get on Miss Figueroa or Mr. Dixon on the show, probably Wednesday or Sunday. I don't know, I could see. You understand? And them something there. Yeah, peeps. Anytime the cockpit country thing come up, I get peeved and irritated and annoyed, man. Because I can't understand the imbecility that currently permeates and pervades the brains of our politicians. And look here, it no matter if you're orange or you're green, they all on up on the same team, because one would have signed the agreement and one is carrying out the agreement. So none no better. 6 or 1.5 dozen next. Black dog and monkey situation. You know, swap them. See? And then you have Noranda, the government of Jamaica, Noranda, with them propaganda machine and behave like them is the second coming of the Messiah. to deliver Jamaica from poverty. Eh? And you know the funny thing about it is, a taxpayer money I use for convince taxpayer so if you mine out the cockpit country because no Rwanda is owned by the government of Jamaica. Peace, me a come go me bed, you know. Because I'm going to talk in the night and some people disappointed when I don't talk, you know. I'm going to say some things tonight, you see? Come go me bed. But we are going to watch it, you know. We are going to watch it. You see me? I can't understand this fixation in digging out the cockpit country. I don't get it. After all you have been told, Zane, I don't get it. What is this fixation in digging out the cock? And I change my voice change and worse, I kind of get worse. You see me? I don't really do the shouting thing, so anytime I kind of start raise my voice, I kind of start lose my voice. You see me? I don't understand, man. So, currently, the EIA, the Environmental Impact Assessment, that was requested by NEPA, is currently being reviewed by NEPA, and is believed, well, it should be ready in a few days, because they said that it should be ready by early December. So NEPA will make a ruling, and then the issue again we have with NEPA is that the chairman of NEPA is Danville Walker. Danville Walker is a known political activist. Danville Walker represented the Jamaica Labour Party in central Manchester in 2007 general election, brother. Is Danville Walker as the head of NEPA as objective as we would want the head of NEPA to be in these instances? I have my doubts. So it is the Jamaican government and agencies against the people of the cockpit country. And that a go on, you know? Then who you think are going to win and who are going to lose? Who is going to win and who is going to lose? And as me I say, you know, because you have some people out there, them head thick, you know, and them skull tough, you know. This now nothing to do with no political party, brother. The two of them are the same thing. Because of the People's National Party signed the agreement with Noranda for the 28 years lease. Or 24. I remember, one of them here there. On the 1st of April, All Fools Day 2004. And the Jamaica Labour Party is following through on that deal. Brother, if me have a class after a teacher, and that teacher decides to them did I work in a group, and me going to my class, and I rose me want to my class have to in a rose, because of me I control it now. So yes, the teacher before did want a particular settings, but me no want a particular settings, so guide them have to rope that class. So if me come in a government, come see a thing, where me not think make no sense, what am my responsibility as a government? Nothing fix it. Man, no go on. You see when they sign April the 1st, 2004, All Fools Day. All Jamaicans are fools. Peeps, me I got my bed. I don't understand why I go on at this, you know. You know, a wrong picture of that, you know. You see me? Peeps, big up on yourself. Appreciate the continued support. I know later now, after 12. You understand? Bedtime. Zane, and thing. You understand? As me say, when you need to go check out the merch store, I have been pinning different things from the merch store at the top of the chat. So you can check them out from time to time. You know what I mean? We appreciate the support, please. I want to share a few little things I don't know before I leave still. Before I big on up on them something. We should have a productive weekend. I would have done a survey on the channel a few months ago asking, because I don't see me here, so. Zane, this most everything I do, except, well, and I stream a video. And not some videos on camera as well. But generally, I am here and this is a different side of me versus other sides of me. You understand? Sorry, peeps. Man. Trying to kind of mess around with me. You know? I would have asked if I should start a podcast. If you would watch. I know I'm not going to expect everybody to listen to the podcast. I would have done vast amount of research on podcasts, and I have learned that it is the fastest growing way of consuming media and content in the world. Because while some people can sit down and look for me now, seeing some persons, they don't have the time to do that, but a person, while them there at the gym or work out, while them at drive go work, while them in the office do some work, can put on them headphone and listen to a podcast. See? And you want to expect that the podcast would be the same type of content that I do on the channel. See, you have it different. And then with all of the changes with YouTube, I try to diversify my brand and my offering. So it's a number of things. I would have told you before that I am interested in starting a podcast. I haven't started as it. I've been doing the research. As a matter of fact, my podcast setup will be over there. So then when I'm done build it, I would have bought a number of the things today, as I would have gotten them on a good price for Black Friday. It's not cheap, in all honesty. See, it's not. But, you know what thing go? The work I have to go on, do. See, so we are trying to set up that. So look out for that. And hear the difference with the podcast now. I'll talk some more as we go further. Normally, doing this teach them YouTube thing, normally a lot of the positive happenings and developments in the country gets overshadowed by the negative. You understand what I say? A lot of the positive things, and that is not by choice sometimes. It is just the nature of the thing. You understand? Yeah, but I have waited for Cyber Monday in the past, recently, and some of the things that I wanted would have been cheaper today. My grandmother always tell me, say, I go wash it at the first water them see. You understand what I say? So when Cyber Monday come, if we have a little more money, can buy a few more things, we do that. You understand? So, I one of them things, mommy. You see me? The desk what we want for the channel, not for the channel, for the podcast, it costs what, $600 because it's a sit-stand desk. And today it was being sold for $300. Then I couldn't pass that, mommy. You understand? See, whatever I sell it for $200, that day they be nothing. So, you see me? So, I one of them things. So, we would see if a little thing and say we are going to spend a little thing today. So, we get some stuff. I want to start the podcast sometime in January. Zine, but we'll get to that. So as I'm saying now, because so many of the positive things get overshadowed by the negative things, the podcast will be highlighting positive happenings, feel-good stories, you understand, businesses, young entrepreneurs, Zine, in the country. So positivity. That is what the podcast will be focusing on. So you know, I hear me come on the podcast to talk about murder. You understand? We do that here, so this is something else. Interview some brilliant young people who are get 19, 20 CXC subjects. You understand me? I say some youth who do some things in the country. You understand? So it can't be negative, yes, and negative this. Because I know that many times the stories on this channel, I know the stories them where happy about and where some people happy about. But the stories are the stories and the news are the news. You understand what I say? So at the end of the day, I want also to create content that says, look, Jamaica is struggling in so many ways, but then Jamaica is doing well in so many other ways. You understand? So that will be positive on the side there. We do positive here, so you know, Zane, but teach them, and I think the podcast will be called Yardcast. But we'll get to that in the future. So we actively work on that. I think I will be doing 1 episode per week. I'm not sure what the upload date already, the upload day yet and them something. But we'll get to that. But just telling if you look forward to that. I know I'm not going to have 133,000 subscribers on the podcast or listen to the podcast. But if we have one person we're interested, I progress that. You know what I mean? So that will be looking at some positive. There are so many positive things. I was thinking about that, you know, Pablo George or J.A. Positive. I'm not 100% sure with the name yet still. So J-A as in Jamaica positive, something positive. You understand what I say? So on look out for that. You feel me? So that is also, you know, kind of future proofing the brand in the future. Well, yeah, future proofing in the future. With the changes that are on the horizon with the YouTube, you can't carry your eggs in one basket. And as I said, podcast is the fastest growing way of consuming media globally. I start the YouTube thing late, I want to start the podcast thing early. You understand what I say? Manners and respect. Yo, have my voltage. You see me? So peeps, look out for that. Get book out for that. We talk about that some more in the future. And there will be, you know, a little sharing of content from time to time. But most of the podcasts will remain independent of teach them, and teach them will remain independent of the podcast. It's just like the same person, the same nice voice. Peeps, big up on yourself. I know some people are God in bed. I understand everything good. I appreciate the support. You know what I mean? It is the weekend. Have fun. Zane, have something nice to drink, but if you must drink, do not drive. If you must drive, do not drink. Leave your cell phones in your pockets and in your bags. Use them only when you need them. Stop be a zombie on the road with on the phone, so them big old headphones, something the way I remove yourself from the road. Be careful, man. Them Bluetooth head something there, headpiece there, it must connect to something. People want to know it connected to. Be careful. Them only for jewelry and big old chain and watch and chaparita. Lord them. And you work hard for them, but people take them and take your life in the process. Walk with only the cash you need. You don't need for you walk with $1 million left in your car like some politician. You understand? Walk with the cash you need. Have an estimate in your head. Zane, if you must take public transportation, try to travel in a group. If you cannot travel in a group, know the do's and the don'ts. Take the license plate number. Send it go give some people. Describe the car. Describe the driver. Tell people where you're there. Tell people where you go. Some of you hide from people. Share the information. You understand what I say? As I say, always follow your instinct. If it feels wrong, it is almost always wrong. Trust absolutely no one. For the people that every move they make it in them status. Stop. You don't need to share every detail of your life. You don't need to tell people every move you make. Nobody don't need to know say you're alone and they home for the weekend, Empress. You understand? Nobody don't need to know say yo, yeah, got there so 5 o'clock today. Nobody don't need to know that. For the people that want to live them relationship on social media, you need to stop it. Yes, you share your spouse from time to time. You understand? Nothing wrong with that something there. But nobody no need to know every detail on your life when you're happy and when you're sad. People don't need to know that. Your relationship or your private life, and if you stay a private family. Zane? Peeps, wanna be careful, man. You understand? For the people them with the Instagram syndrome, as Alkaline then say, careful, man. Them, no matter for them people you see on Instagram, another life that them live. Many of them Instagram photo, the Photoshop and edited. You understand? So look like them live them best life and you want to live for them best life. How about living your best life? Don't get carried away, yo. See? And for the people them when you suffer from the dumb people with smartphone syndrome, and fix anything, man. Try catch up to the phone them. The phone them a lead way. You feel me? And stop the crap. Every little crap when you soon take out a video. Accident and people are dead in that video before you go help the people them. Peeps, big up on yourself. You understand what I say? Yardy boy, yardy. Dexter Rowe, Cookie Mama, Anika Graham, Danny Blackhorse, Silver D, Juicy J, Miss Grace Abel, SK Lord Eva, Silver Fox, Miss Joan Levine. Levine is such a nice surname. Zane, Georgia Anderson. Good night, Miss Anderson. How are you? You understand what I say? What's in the building? I say Miss Sandra Bennett. Warrior Star. Me not forgetting no family. Soon do that something. You know what I mean? Miss Ruth Daly, Lyndon Johnson, Miss Sandra G, Mike Jones, Miss Jennifer Chance, Auntie Jen, how are you? Delroy Stewart, brother, go on family. Miss Jones Gray, my sincere apologies. I don't know what happened, but you're there again. You understand what I say? Dexter Rowe, big up yourself in a KLBH876. Guy Fox, big up yourself and I want me to pronounce that correctly still. You understand what I say? Artist Henry, big up yourself and brother. Oriel Dussard, if you're still there, big up yourself. Marlon Combs, Craig Creation, all of the people them in the building. Manners and respect, you know. You know what I mean? Appreciate the support like so. You see me? Julie Kerry, how are you? Blessings. Zane. Larry chat about my brother. What you did, family? Carl Lewin, Manners. Oh, so Guy Fox. Pronounce that correctly. What is? Andriana Robinson. What me get that right? Big up yourself in the Empress. Manners. Style Queen. You know what I mean? Big up yourself in the Miss Joan Reid. I big up everybody before I go to my bed. I'm not comment on my soon and then I can't soon if I don't comment. You don't know that, man? You see me? Yes, I. Peeps, so check out the merch store. Something to the phone for sure. You know what I mean? And thing. Duffel bag. Tank top for the ladies them. Pull over for the generals them. You understand what I say? Knapsack. Tote bags for the girl them. Leggings. Beanies, phone case, a portion of things across. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. Thomas Gregory, blessings in a May what? God favored me. Empress, pick up yourself in a Dante and my brother. What you do with the youth? Manners and respect. Peeps, enjoy the weekend. You understand? Don't overdo nothing. Be careful. You see me? Moderation. That's how you think there. You understand? Yeah, man. Walk good. Step with Jah. Sunday, 5:30. Not 5:30. 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Been loving you doing the interviews with the artists. Blessings, you know. Miss Kerry, a lot more of those to come, you know. It's just that them take time sometime and the artists them busy and all sort of things. But when the energy right and the stars them align, we do a thing. You understand what I say? But more of them they are forward in, man. Just go and watch a space. You know what I mean? Big up yourself. If you have any artist friend, make them link me. Cookie mama, Cookie Wagwan, Miss Anika Graham. Night, peeps. Sunday, 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look fit. Get book fit. Walk good. Step with Jah. I'm out.
Teach them. Hey, yo, send the message and make it reach them. Teach them right here. God representing.
Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment below. Remember to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Follow me on social media and check out the suggested videos on screen. This is Teach. Until next time, walk good, my friends.